gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Geo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. Rock that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Geo. Sure enough, with the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Lives! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clipe da jogada! Toma na cara!
Um som, morto.
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa
Pode ver agora, calma, segura.
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving Cygnus in with the side of Nova. Dave,
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all 1-4. Where you at, homie? I know you're a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're a sniper. It ain't even close. Lucky, get headshot. Costco, you want the smoke? Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artemisa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Kells. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been.
He is a freak. He's a beast.
Found herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, break stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone.
Hope you all are having a wonderful evening here as we're getting geared up for some more Call of Duty Mobile, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, it's the NA. I was about to say EU. Jesus, almost blunder. I did blunder, but we're back here for some double dose of Verdict and Gilmania. And speaking of Gilmania, how's the devilishly charming, good-looking young fellow doing tonight? Oh, that sounded creepy, bro.
No, you're good. I've been doing really, really good. Once again, we are gonna be, like you mentioned, back-to-back together, just casting on this Europe-North America combo. And I gotta say, I've been loving it, although I do not necessarily love the reason for it, which as some of you may have known is because its day has been sick for the past like a week, a little bit over a week now. So, you know, there's that, but I always love to be in here with you, my friend, and really, really looking forward for what we'll have tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking about what we're going to have tonight, we'll take a look at the schedule, just a little brief look. We're going to start it off with, as Gil says, El Clasico. It's a rivalry, it's a classic, it's a banker, it never gets old. Team Leventy taking on Team Cygnus, and what could be one of the better of the LATAM region's teams, putting up their best of the best to square off in match number 1. Centurion and Fierce for game number 2. For match number 3, we got Galaxia Gaming and Team Mobility, Upper Echelon and Luminosity to close us out. Gil, if you're taking a look at this matchups, which one stands out to you the most outside of the obvious, which is Cygnus and Leventy?
Well, outside of that one, I would say that I'm curious about what the potential outcome could be with Luminosity and Upper Echelon. Although I would say that on paper, I still, of course, would go with Luminosity, the runners-up, the champs. But Upper Echelon, you know, has been suffering, as many teams have, many changes in the roster department. So I'm curious to see like how they stand against, at least as of right now, I would say, if not the best, one of the best teams, which is Luminosity, you know.
Okay, that's always a fan favorite. You know, you get the best of the best from NA. Of course, they finished up second, and right now they're kind of like at the top of the leaderboard. If I'm taking a look at the top of the leaderboard, taking a look at the standings, and right now we had 2 O's across the board on Thursday night. 20 points apiece for Fierce, Infinite Simplicity, Luminosity, and Seminole. Seminole definitely going to have the night off tonight, is that right? Yeah, so they're not going to be moving up. Luminosity have a chance to move forward, and I think that them and Fierce are the only ones who can actually take a little bit of a lead, but this is only day 2, week 2. There's still plenty of time to make up in the season. So, speaking about the classic, the rivalry that's about, you know, around the corner, I think we got those players in the lobby, and I was taking a look at the map selections and everything, and also like the players. I just saw one of the weirdest things happen. Maybe this is a misprint or a misread, but am I reading this correctly? Is S-Thug on this Cygnus roster as a main 5 starting player?
Yeah, you might be right. I think that's at least what it says over here. I did hear that he was no longer on the team that he previously was, but I don't think I saw that he was gonna be a part of Cygnus. And I would say that arguably Cygnus, alongside with Leventy, both teams have suffered plenty of changes in roster department recently. So, you know, I think we're in for a fun time here tonight in this Classico. I think you mentioned that you were also showing the map selection, right?
Oh yeah, we can run through that.
Yeah, it is going to be hardpoint on standoff, search and destroy takeoff, and then a potential third game off control on raid. The bans from Leventy, it was Hacienda, while Cygnus got raid off firing range. I like this roster mania, man. I'm telling you, you cannot go 2 days without teams going back and forth within these players, you know. I mean, with Cygnus players, some of them going to other areas, like it can be Seminole or Leventy, or like you recently mentioned, S-Thug going back yet again on Cygnus, you know. I think it's just pure madness. It's pretty difficult to follow on to who's where, you know.
No, you're absolutely right. And speaking of the devil, well, not the devil, but Day, hope you're feeling better, homie. I just saw you come through, pop in with that 23-month subscription, man. Awesome sauce. One of the loyal companions. Oh, not 23, 15 months. Might as well be 23. It feels like we've been at this for a long time, homie. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got some years on this. But less about that, more about this matchup at hand. We'll give it some respect. The hard points right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be worried. We're gonna start this one up. Gotta let the beat build a little bit of suspense coming through. If you had to make a selection, I mean, I'm familiar with both rosters. Obviously, Cygnus has lost a few of their talents, and one of those players that, you know, we continue to talk about in NA is Zai. Now he is participating in another roster. How does this Cygnus team stand without one of their biggest contributors in the lobby? And then we'll talk about Leventy afterwards as well.
Wait, can you repeat that?
How do they bounce back after losing such a tremendous talent in Zai?
I feel like it's a tough hit to take in. Of course, there's still players who've been playing for a long time, like he can be Tio or Kimwax, and now also within the roster Estog. I think that they have managed to take some additions like Spades, Raven, and Vetri. Those are players that definitely add a lot into the squad, but they are still getting used to what the new mechanics have been within this roster. And well, they just have to, right? At the end of the day, this stuff always happens amongst most of the teams, so you just gotta toughen up, okay? Your main 5 is no longer going to be those 5. You're gonna be losing maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, and you gotta step it up. You gotta make sure, all right, there's still a couple of players that may be interested, you know, maybe they do fit within the team's mechanics and how they like to play with one another. For example, tonight, also worth mentioning the fact that Envoy seems like he won't be participating with us tonight, which, you know, is interesting, right?
I was taking a look at the rosters, and I don't know if this is just the rosters that were submitted. I need to take a look at the full complete rosters, as I'm not seeing subs on the actual listings, which you know, could affect. But I don't see Envoy on that main roster. Maybe it wasn't just added in there. I'm gonna shuffle through, but we'll circle back to that. What I want to talk about too is Leventy. Leventy producing some tremendous talent these past few seasons. Obviously, we haven't seen anything past stage 3 ever. Yeah. We're looking for a team to bounce through LATAM and kind of show that they can hang with the best of the best. And they've stuck by this roster in particular. I believe it was Alexei, Polone, Tiesto, and Lucifer for quite a while. I'm hoping this investment pays off. What are your thoughts on this team in particular? As I see Cheto's on the starting roster as well, but I don't see Cheto in the lobby. So I would love to see nothing more than a Cheto and S-Thug versus S-Thug series, but I don't think we're going to get that.
That'd be really, really interesting to see. But you know, with Leventy is also having plenty of changes, like you mentioned, the fact that they were unable to get into stage 4 last year. It's just a bunch of stuff to take in. I do gotta say, like, mad respect for Super as we bounce into the first game of the night within Cygnus and Leventy. It is not easy to take as many hits as unfortunately Leventy has suffered throughout their own years of competitive scene, but you know, he's managed to and make sure that he will always try possible. And here tonight, let me tell you, yesterday they also played on the LATAM region for Mobile Mayhem. They went all the way to round number 5 on control. They were all fighting till the end within this team, and I'm expecting just that here tonight at least. This game, plenty of action gonna unfold, but the initial holder gonna be
yeah, it is. We're trying to get a big chunk of the hill here in P1. The courtyard has been very significant to them. 20 seconds left to go. Trades are abound. Points going to be held. Cygnus trying to get back some points off of this one. It's going to be looking like a split decision. We'll see who battles for scraps now. Tiesto's going to be able to get on this first kill. Lucifer's going to be able to slide through with a nade and take down the remaining player. And the last little bit of scrap time is going to be picked up, but it is going to be at the disadvantage. Not getting that early rotation of Factory now. As you can see, Cygnus, they got set up. They got the holds. Kimwax is holding one angle. You got Tio in the middle of the map, but nobody's watching this secret site. And I think that's where Titio's going to go ahead and double down. It is 2 players pushing. She sweep with 1. She steam for 2. Sweeping the opponents out of this P2 Factory site in the Leventy. Storming on into the objective. For now, they've got the advantage. They've got the spawns to go along with a kill.
In this Factory back and forth, but finally, seemingly, we're gonna see some control in favor of 11 teams. 2 kills. Will be holding the top side of this battle. Then goes out, goes for that kill. Takes two. Tiesto also an assistance there on the kill onto Raven. Great control now for around 20 to 25 seconds. But they are finally doing it, but not for too long. Teamworks is gonna jump through that window that is gonna allow him to just stay alive for a little bit longer. Eventually he gets taken out. Everybody's going to keep on the next rotation onto the next point. And all that's gonna be really effective in favor of Cygnus if they pull through the defense as well. I'm now sticking around with Estog, as we mentioned. That is the most recent member back into the roster of Cygnus. He's always gonna be playing with the CVR, patiently waiting on the inside of the kill. The push is gonna come through. The Purifier doing a lot of damage, and he does get the kill, but still manages to take his own as well, and that is gonna allow Raven to remain safe. It goes for a name kill for Estog. He's putting in an insane amount of damage. He feels like his teammates are safe and sound. Verdict. They were struggling on point 1 and 2 to actually get control in the hands of Cygnus, but now they are doing a tremendous job, and as such, they're going to be closing that gap between one another.
Yeah, there we go. 20 seconds left to go. They're going to be able to get it for free. Spawn's going to be solidified here in P4 here momentarily. See, Galaxia gets a little bit of a godsend on this backside. P4 bound, biggest money hill in COD Mobile as is.
A little bit high.
Yeah, I lowered it. I don't know what it was. I apparently thought that the game audio had always been at a certain percentage, and apparently whenever I opened up the emulator audio, it actually was a little louder. So I did get it fixed. I think we're good on that front. Right now, let's focus on the game as Shisui with the opening kills there. Does have the operators pulled as well. Predator's going to find one in Raven. We'll see if they can continue to hold it now as the Leventy are down to 1 to the hardpoint. It is all on Shisui. Not enough manpower. And the break is going to stick. What lead was building up on this P4 rotation, no longer in existence. It is going to be a Leventy or Cygnus right back onto the objective with this break.
It took them a while to get things going, but Cygnus are now doing a tremendous job here. Tatia with 12, no, 13 kills. Will be defending the They're finding another triple kill onto Just, still alive, waiting for someone else to walk by in the vicinity, taking the kill onto Shisui, making it look easy. Finally getting taken down by Just. Was looking at that anyway. He got knocked out, but it was only 5 seconds left. Just said it. Cygnus are with things under control now. Not necessarily a huge lead, but one that could have an impact later on. Tiesto got a triple kill of himself and immediately bounces inside of P1 reset. Let's see for how long. Tiesto trying to survive. Gonna find Estog. Takes the kill. Goes for the double. Takes it like it's nothing. Great job done for Tiesto to secure now with the Pred missile.
Boy.
Another double kill with it, and he knows that people are gonna be joining him quite soon. Throws that hunter killer drone that he's waiting for people on second floor. Unstoppable. That is gonna be 5 in a row for this man, this legend. Outstanding, and back with things under control for him. Completely unable to shut him off. Tiesto now is gonna take yet another utility, manages to survive, and that is nearly a perfect kill in favor of Leventy purely because of this great work in favor of Tiesto.
Guys, I know what's wrong with my audio. I had my iPad plugged in just in case the game crashed, and apparently I didn't turn that audio off. And that's the reason why we're having issues. So while we're fixing audio issues, we're going to go ahead and dive in for some more audio issues. We'll go ahead and listen in for the sounds and cues of Leventy now as they are surely sounding off. Let's see if they can get the break here in P2.
Tres secret.
¿Muerto uno?
Buena.
Había en secret.
No, antes de show. Muerto todo.
Principal.
Mámelo, que les hice.
Muertos dos.
Saco Pred.
Ok,
Todos gas. Y uno abajo Granny. Abajo Granny.
Dos gas.
Market.
Muerto roto.
Van gas.
Secret.
Muerto. Uno más. Está en principal.
Bueno, rota.
Aguanten para el siguiente.
Gas y roto.
Muerto.
Arriba. Bueno, roten.
Vete, Juice. Me mataron, regresa.
No me quedo.
Ok, aparecí.
Uno barril, ocupa ayuda, barril, tanque.
Voy atrás, Blue.
El 18 y son 2. 3.
Atrás, Blue. Atrás, Blue. Atrás, Blue. Tres.
Uno
Escalera, mano.
Uno
Escalera,
está
mano.
cortando rotación. Ahora sí va Blue, dejen mid. Back Blue.
Mueve.
Qué buena.
Una bala abajo, Blue.
Oh, things are getting hot, baby. Let's go. Game number 1, 191, 124. Gil. This Leventy team looking pretty damn good so far. Hello?
Control inside of blue will remain in favor of Leventy. Great job done in here. Now Shisui is within the inside of blue house, just waiting for anyone to try to walk by. 30 more seconds that are up for grabbers. Shisui realizes that there's the push. Esto takes a kill, but still bites the dust. The next one to get inside is the Dio. The Dio finds another kill onto Alexa. 25 seconds that are gonna be so sweet for whomever may be getting them for themselves. And it seems like Leventy are like, you know what, we only need 38 seconds to get the dub. That's all we need. So we're all gonna be rotating onto the market, and that's something that Spades was trying to prevent, but that's not gonna be possible. Everybody else on Cygnus already moving on to the next kill. I'm looking at Kimwax on the top side of Factory. I'm not too sure where he is gonna be trying to push next. Oh, actually it's a Tio with Annihilator. Annihilator in hand for Tio.
Oh,
Gets
boy.
spotted from up above. Alexa just paying the price there. That was just outstanding. Good timing for the player over 11. That's the initial hold in their favor. Cygnus are gonna be struggling in here, still 70 points behind, and the control is still strongly in favor of 11.
Yeah, you can see Lucifer playing the objective to a T. No kind of casualties as of yet. The spawn's coming through. Raven's going to be able to pick up one. The hit's got to come, and it's got to come quick. to Tio on the back flank. He's going to be able to kit one, but nobody on the backside penetration. Finally, Kimwax able to win one massive gunfight. And that is going to be another 2. Kimwax with a nasty, but does waste the Sparrow. Raven now the last hope here for a Cygnus to stay alive. Only 10 seconds needed. 11 brute force push through both angles. They're going to be able to get the clearance. 3 seconds is all that is needed. S-Thug is there for the contest. This one's not over until it's over. Verdict. Shisui can't even get in the objective. The amount of operators and everything being utilized. Only 2 seconds for Leventy to close this one out. Cygnus being able to stay alive, but is it going to be enough? We're going to see now as the P1 reset for a 3rd time around. 11's all over the objective. The Annihilators are here to play. It ain't happening. Just needs to win one big gunfight, but uh-oh, here comes Raven. He's there for the contest. It's enough to clear the hill out, but it's not going to be enough to extend the game, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1, a slapper, a banger, a classico. 11 coming through with the fire and a big performance here in the hardpoint.
Madness, pure chaos, incredible. That was a 70 points or so lead in favor of Leventy. And I gotta say, I definitely feel like that was thanks to that Tiesto's insane play over on P1 reset. It was incredible. It is really difficult to maintain control inside of that area, but within these grenades, the weapon itself, the operators, the score streak, the constant game sense that he had in that hill, it was just so clean. And Leventy took advantage of that lead that, well, they got thanks to that insane play by Tiesto, and just moved it forward across the remaining of that game. Cygnus tried to cut close within that gap, but it was just not possible. That's gotta be a GG well played. And I'm now looking at those standings, and my god, did Shisui and Tiesto were looking really good. Of course, it was a collective effort also there by Alexa, Lucifer, and Just. But look at those numbers for Tiesto and Shisui. 30 plus kills for both of them. Even Tiesto with over 2 minutes inside of the hill. It was really well done by them.
I was muted. God dang, bro. I'm pulling. Day came in chat and just like, I'm not blaming Day. You know, I'm just going to take the L on this one. I had audio issues because I had my iPad set up just in case the emulator fails, which has been notorious for failing here recently. And I didn't want to take an L. But boy, oh boy, it was a blender of a game there for Cygnus after that P1 reset. Tiesto was going absolute hammer. I think he had racked up like a 8 or 9 streak. At one point I was looking, it was 7. So I know he picked up a ton on P1. It was a lockdown. I think that was a turning point of that game. Tiesto gets in the objective on P1 and just shuts everybody down, denies any kind of access onto the courtyard, and that was a problem for Cygnus, and they never really recovered from that. So we'll get geared up for game number 2. It is going to be a search and destroy on takeoff. If you missed it, we are in our first series of the night. Team Leventy taking a hard point by a massive 250 to 173 victory, being down by 70 points, you said? Oh, hell. That was a beast of a comeback.
Absolutely, absolutely. GG, well played. And now, fellas, for everybody in chat, now we are moving for some search and destroy action. It is going to be on takeoff. I'm not too sure how that will work out within these two teams. But I'm intrigued, you know. I feel like, of course, there's a solid chance of us going onto game number 3. But Cygnus got to step it up. They got to make sure that they are not allowing Leventy to feel comfortable. If I'm not mistaken, Leventy will be on defense first, which is not the best, but you got to at least try to take 2, and if possible, make it higher than that, right? If Cygnus manages to get at least 3 or even 4, like that feels a little bit ambitious, but if they do, there's a solid chance of them just winning it all in this game number 2 and taking us to that game of control. And as we wait verdict, what were your thoughts about that? Like I mentioned, there's just so much changes within the 2 teams, but I think you mentioned that you liked the way that Leventy was playing, right?
I love the way they're playing. They were playing aggressive. Even when they were down 70, it wasn't like a bad game they were playing, right? It was, you know, all around just a momentum-based objective in the first set of hills. That second set of hills, you saw that momentum shift when Tiesto went just on an absolute tear. What I'm interested in seeing is how they are going to play here in the search and destroy, because that's going to be make or break for them, in my opinion. I feel like we get into a control game, it might be a different scenario in respawns, where Cygnus might be playing a little bit more, you know, psychological and maybe able to utilize the points and whatnot. But it's got to start here for Cygnus. They got to make a bounce back. They got to fill that hole that Zai left in this roster, and right now they've got to put the woes of being down in the series by 1 and just take it round by round. You find 2, oh, well, never mind. No ping, no mames.
All right. No ping, no mames. I just find it so funny whenever you guys say that. But all right, well, we're gonna have a redo. It happens, you know, it happens.
Oh yeah, all right. It happens. But you know, you get resets in COD Mobile. You don't get resets in life. So let's go ahead and take advantage of any and every resets we have possible before, you know, the journey starts and you're like, oh God, I forgot to equip, you know, smokes for this particular push. God, I hope I make sure I've got my my loadouts set up. Oh wait, I've got that legendary trophy attached. Let me go ahead and double back to the lobby. Can't have that. The DQ is devastating. We saw one series in EU earlier where someone had a Rose Rook skin attached. And boy, let me tell you, it wasn't so much that DQ swayed that series being an L, but we saw the search and destroy, and it was a 2-0, and it was to a team that we had no faith in seeing a 2-0 in. With all respect.
No, like for sure, there was. We thought that maybe they could win that hard point. That search and destroy. But with that being said, it was a close search and destroy. The hard point though was completely on against them, which is why we didn't think they were gonna be able to win. But with how close the S&D was and the DQ that Verdict just mentioned, we had a surprise 2-0 on the opposite way. So that's the kind of stuff that you always gotta be aware of. And if there was any sort of issue similar to that one, of course they're gonna try to make us go for a redo, right? It's just never worth it to just straight on get DQ'd, right?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a classic, bro. You can't afford to drop a game in a series in a classic matchup to a DQ. You can't afford it. Or, you know, the latter, maybe someone just didn't have the right ping. I mean, obviously, I throw it out there as a joke, and I just say it because it's what we're kind of, like, known for here in NA, right? We just got to just throw them under the bus. Say, hey, you know what? We didn't have the ping, so let's just go ahead and double back to the lobby. Well, I mean, there's no NA teams here. Technically, they are participating in the NA Mobile Mayhem, but these are LATAM specialists, you know? They should be, you know, very aware of what kind of ping situation we got going on, or they got going on, but Hopefully second time's a charm now is to see everybody loaded into the lobby a lot quicker than we saw first time around.
Yep.
Let's see if second time is that charm now. As I said, Cygnus got to take this round by round. Benchmark for them here on the attack has got to be, you got to put at least 2 on the board. You can't afford to get steamrolled here early and get the flip and expect to be flawless. It just don't work like that. We'll see how it pans out now. As we already have a little bit of distress in. The TO is going to be able to open up with that first blood. The bomb is finally going to be picked up. Raven's got the positioning here on the inside of P4. Alexei there for a quick trade, but Tatio is running circles around this lobby right now as he's got the second kill too.
Sir, now there's gonna be a 3 versus 2. Kimworks picks up that kill onto Alex. Alex are gonna buy the dust now carrying the bomb. There's still Kimworks, but gets spotted by Just. That's gonna even numbers out. Bomb is on the ground.
Just.
Oh, the call has been made for S-Dog, but Just is just too fast. I don't know how he's moving so quickly here with the CVR, but that is going to end up with him 3 kills onto the board. Now looking for the 4th one. He's about to find Tetillo. The timing is there. Just with the quadra kill to open up things. My boy was just zooming across the map. And that is going to be giving Leventy the first round of this game. 4 kills, huh? Just 4
Hey,
kills.
just 4
to
kills.
Start up
Hey.
with a tight one.
He's a demon, bro. He's a demon. Go ahead and find a way to mitigate the damage that this guy allows to, himself to just skate around the map and do so freely. Well, first bullet's not happened yet. S-Dog holding the corner down here in the stadium side. T.O. is in harm's way if he pushes this corner. Spade's going to be able to open up one just there for the trade. The momentum here is still in favor of Leventy, even though they don't have the player advantage. They've got the positioning. Got to take Just out. Shots are going to come through. The callouts are there. He's managed to make it inside of the stadium site. Shui is going to be able to collect one as well. Things are starting to get a little bit hectic here as now as Lucifer, last player alive, just been dealt with. Raven sitting on his 2. Bomb has made its way over. Lucifer is right in front of his face. Chemwax is going to get dropped. Now it's a 1v2. Certainly more doable.
That was a really nasty quick scope for Lucifer to land here. He's in a great spot too. Here the enemy is planting the bomb. How are you? I don't know who he missed so many shots, but eventually does get the kill onto S-Dog now. Less than a minute left. He's being chased after without realizing misses the shot. Imagine if he would have landed that shot, but that is not going to be the case, ladies and gentlemen. Raven is going to even the board out. 1 for each side, tablas, 1-1. And we're going to be moving on to round number 3. But that was a little bit too close for comfort. It was a 1v3 that I would say that Cygnus played slightly weird, if you were to ask me.
No, look, I loved it. You know what made that play so doable? Was Raven didn't pick up the bomb. You didn't get that indication off. You don't have any kind of alert like, hey, he's over here. He had no idea where the player was. So Lucifer, of course, isn't going to be aware of what's going on. Right now, it's T.O. getting the heady there of Alexei. Player advantage in favor of Cygnus. Shisui's got some pretty good positioning. He needs to go big here. He's got Raven up top. Actually, just in the window seal. Look, let's see if he peeks out and sees what he likes. As Shisui's right here down low in front of him as well, in front of the bomb. Also going to be Lucifer, so he can't play too crazy. Shots give him away. And Shisui's now on the prowl. I think this might be a good trade there. Ravens dropped. Shisui's there. And the collection of the bodies are in favor of, well, nobody right now. Well, actually, it is. Spades are going to be able to take down one. Lucifer and Shisui now left alone in a 2v3.
And Shisui now gonna find another enemy, but Tetillo is gonna be faster on that gunfight. That is now gonna be a 1v3. Lucifer got called out onto the fact that there was people on the building in front of him, but unfortunately enough, there was just no angle for him to get any kills. But he realized that they might be rotating towards Alpha, and that's exactly what's going on. Game sense perfect for this player, but there's no angle yet again for him to get any kills there. Lands a nasty flick onto S-Dog. Oh my god, breaking his call into multiple parts. Incredible. But there's still gonna be a struggle for him. Tries to walk forward. DLQ in hand. Trying to find the next victim. Brings out the pistol. Deagle in hand. He does have that opportunity to surprise. Finds the kill.
No way. Oh, the clutch.
Oh my god, disgusting. 1v3 clutch. He's gonna defuse that bomb. What in the world is going on? Leventy are here to win it on a 2-0. And every time they're winning these rounds, it's gotta be just some nasty kind of gameplay here.
Yeah, Leventy coming through with the fire. Lucifer with the 1v3 clutch. Say what? Almost had the 1v2 last round, too. It was just a god-tier game awareness there for Raven not to pick that bomb up. Right now, the payoff round. Got to be feeling yourself if you lose for. Let's see if he gets a little too anxious. Tatio going to be dropped. Raven now. Bro, this was not the play, homie. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Right now, Cygnus are in a pit of misery. And they are just not choosing the gunfights the right gunfights, per se, to put themselves up. That last round should have been in their favor, but Lucifer had plans for a 2-0. He said he's got a date later on with whatever he's got. Kimwax now the solo chow. Obviously, this is a 3v5. You've got to push as a duo, send 2 over to get this bomb collected. You got to play on trades at the very least. Right now, it is looking like a circus. 11 are the ring leaders. 3-1. Momentum shift. If you didn't feel it, you felt it. It's all in 11's court. Boy.
I'm telling you, man. Oh my god, Leventy was just not happy whatsoever about losing yesterday. And tonight, it is incredible, inhuman how good they've been playing on both that hardpoint and now on Search and Destroy. Look at that aggression coming down from both Just and Tiesto. That is going to be 1 for Just. That is almost going to be 2, but unfortunately gets spotted. That is still the opportunity for Shisui to continue doing damage, and Tiesto as well. 2 more kills are going to be taken in favor of Leventy. Turn that into a 4 versus 2. No,
oh my.
Alex with the double. Oh my god, this is just so incredible to see. Leventy are killing it tonight. That's the 4-1 lead. That's the last round before Flip spawns, but verdict.
Baby.
Oh, this is looking a whole lot of trouble for Cygnus now.
Cygnus look lost right now. I know that 1v3 was devastating, but you got to put that round behind you. You need to find this second round before we flip sides. And there can't be any of that miscommunication. Right now, they're getting shot from behind. The staircase has already been compromised. Spade's going to be taken down. Raven's the next one. He can't win a gunfight. Cygnus are losing every single fight they take or choose not to take. It doesn't matter. You could run. You could hide. You can't hide for too long. Tiesto going to be able to find the shots. That last player was lurking right around the construction site. 11 coming through and laying the hammer down. Cygnus look dazed and confused at the moment. They got to bounce back here now as they're going to have the opportunity on the defense. And Gil, they're going to need all of these rounds to close it out and take us to a game 3. But more importantly, they're going to need at least 5 in order to see that overtime scenario.
Absolutely, they are going to need 5. And, well, the start off strong with 3 kills for now. Okay, Alex, the only player alive now, finds that kill onto Tatio, leading to 1 versus 2, but he's already been spotted. They all know that he is on the inside of Stadium. That's exactly what Raven is pushing for, doing a lot of damage and eventually finding that last shot with a headshot. That's the first one going back into control for Cygnus. They are still alive, they're still running, they're still fighting. They are also now on the defensive side, which is definitely gonna have an impact within these rounds for themselves. Like you mentioned, they're gonna need it to take 5, and they already took the first one to at least make sure we're going on to some overtime as we start round number 8. I want to go with Alex. Alex pushing forward, taking a kill, a surprise one onto Spades, surprising everybody in disrupting the momentum, the flow over on Cygnus' side. And that, I feel like that's been one of the most important parts for Leventy. I don't know if you would agree with me, but the way that they are always making sure that whatever play Cygnus is trying to make, there's an Leventy player to just make sure that it's not going to happen, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. Right now, I was talking about being on the defensive side. Is that like the meta? Is that like, because I've seen a lot more gunfights won by Cygnus, or maybe they're just not feeling the pressure as much. They're slowed the pace down a bit. They're not just getting trampled. As soon as I say that, everybody drops to the exception of Raven, so it comes down to this moment. Bomb's been made all the way over to the A site. Raven's making the long transition to the backside of Secret. With this bomb going down, it's going to certainly put the pressure on. We'll see if a diamond's made here, or if Raven's going to get crushed, and Cygnus's hopes for the comeback could be yet again in jeopardy. Shots coming through. Shisui gonna go ahead and get the location, repeaks the angle to confirm. He's 100% there. 35 seconds on the clock. Alexei's got God tier positioning. Raven's now forced hand and backs against the wall. Alexei says, bring that back here, boy. 6-2, map point. 11, looking to close this one out early. Could do so in this next round.
Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Leventy about to take it all in a 2-0 fashion. Let's see if they can clutch it. All they need is one more. Ladies and gentlemen, Raven is going to start strong with that headshot onto Alex. The next one to push forward could be Tatillo in here. Oh, it's actually Kimos with the kill. Tatillo turns around, takes another one. The only one here is Tiesto, receiving already a lot of damage. This could be a clean round going in favor of Cygnus, and as Tiesto gets spotted by Kimwax, that is exactly going to be the case. A quick round going in favor of Cygnus, 6-3. The lead heavily in favor of Leventy. They already won game number 1 and they are close to winning game number 2, but it's still not going to be easy. Let's be reminded they are on the offensive side, and that has been proven now as Cygnus took that opportunity to bring home the 3rd point of game number 2.
Yeah, 3rd point here. Remember that benchmark of being like getting 2 rounds on the attack as this game is coming to the ending. Nothing is over until it's over, though. Just trying to get some shots through the window seal. The Cygnus need to take this round by round. You can see the positioning here. 2 players there on the B site, with all the actions inside of main. Tatillo going to go ahead and compromise himself inside the enemy territory. The staircase is clear for now, but surely he hears the call-outs that players are inside with him. Where the location at's yet to know. Tiesto gets one in. He's done. Shisui traded out. Just going to be good for 2. Looking for the 3rd. He can't lose a gunfight. Bombs down, though. 4 players left standing for 11. Only 2 here, and the Classic might be coming to an ending. Raven finally able to win one against Just. And then if you're Cygnus, you're hoping we'll see you next round if there is one. Bomb's finally going to be collected. Lucifer going to slow it down a bit. Pacing here for Cygnus is just stay alive. You need to play your 2s. You need to make sure that all angles are covered. But at the same time, you need to make sure you win this round ultimately. And with this bomb being collected and rotated over to the B site, Spades is really the only line of defense. And with only 3 kills on board, I don't too much know if I could trust that. Oh, he's over at 8. He's under medical.
They also planted the bomb, which, you know, definitely going to be a plus for Leventy. Oh no, Raven gets spotted. Verdict, the beginning of the end. Spades, oh god, Spades eventually takes that kill, but he was just a freebie for that Leventy player. I'm super sorry that if I interrupted you over there again, I got glitched for a second, but that was still a W in their way. 7-3 verdict in this game of Search and Destroy. When I say I'm surprised, that definitely feels like an understatement to me.
Okay, understatement. I don't know how much more of an overstatement you need. That was a dominant showing from Leventy. One of the things that I've talked about from them in seasons past was they don't have a Search and Destroy identity. They haven't been a Search and Destroy team for the past year. And they haven't been. But they showed up tonight, and they showed that they can put on a show. And it was led by the head honcho and Just himself. He's an animal. He's a beast. He couldn't be stopped. Every gunfight I saw him take, he always had the upper hand. He always had the advantage. I think I saw him lost 1 gunfight on screen, and I think that was against Raven. But it was needed for Cygnus to stay alive. Fortunately, this Classic ends here. 2-0 fashion. Cygnus might have got the better of this series in LATAM, but not tonight. Leventy came to play, and did they play? Homie, that hardpoint was dynamic. That Search and Destroy, definitely an improvement from the last time I seen him.
Well, there's that. A 2-0 victory. A quick one for the first match of the night. Remember, fellas, this is day number 2 of the winter season of North America on this mobile Mayhem. And it was brutal. It was intense. It was slightly... it was actually shorter than what I was anticipating, but it was definitely a fun one to spectate. There was plenty of really nasty plays by both sides, but even more specifically on Leventy's part on that Search and Destroy. I think we're gonna have to go ahead and clip that play by both Lucifer and Sheesh, I'm missing one. I think it was Just at the beginning.
Oh, Just was a demon, bro. I have to go back and...
Yeah.
I think I saw like 2 of those kills at Adjust. Everything was just happening so quick on me. I couldn't adjust, man. Was moving with a purpose on the map. And I was thinking Tatio might be frying, bro. He started off with 2 to open up. Let's go ahead and get his point of view. He had wrapped all the way through God knows where. And then surely enough, he wrapped right into the pockets of the Just himself. So, well, that's going to conclude our first series of the night. The Classico is said and done. Leventy going to be able to take this series in a 2-0 fashion. You said Cygnus won last night 2-0?
Yep. 2-1.
How fitting. 2-1. Oh, so did they play 3 games? Or did it? Oh, so they won. So Cygnus won his search last night then? Or Hardpoint?
I think 11 won the Search and Destroy.
Okay, so Leventy stepping it up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Invest in those strats. Search and Destroy will take you a long ways. We're going to invest in a break here, though. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get geared up for our second series of the night. Centurion taking on Team Fierce as we take a break to hear from our sponsors, COD Mobile and Grilla. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Centurion Fierce, it's on the screen, it's the next match, and yes, it's going to be a best of 3. We're here for game number 1, or series number 1 rather. Classic kind of just died out there. It was a 2-0. It was a bloodbath. Leventy came and put on a show. What were your thoughts on that one, Gil?
Like I previously mentioned, I feel like it was a little bit of a surprise to me in a sense that not because I didn't think that Leventy could win, but I was not expecting a 2-0 whatsoever. Like I mentioned yesterday, it was a close one. They went to game number 3. They went to control, but on this one, if I'm being truly honest, Leventy was just better on almost not almost all situations, but in the majority of them. There was truly a superiority in the gun department in their favor, and they just made it work throughout this one up. So it was a bit of a surprise, but you know, at the same time, I'm happy to see that Leventy, seemingly at least as of right now, is going to be one of the teams that are finally finding their own pace as we start with the new year, you know, with 2023 and all the tournaments.
Oh, yeah, well. Some big things happening here is Galaxia Gaming going to be squaring off in our 3rd series of the match. I was looking at the roster updates. That's a lot of roster changes for them. I was trying to get to the Fierce one because that's our 2nd series of the night. Team Fierce has removed Veteran from their roster. They have not picked up a sub, but their starting roster is going to be Zolf, Rihan, Space, CODM, and Vibin. This is basically a Devious rename plus Space and Vibin. So
plus Space, right? Yeah,
plus Space and Vibin. So I know we got to see them on Thursday of last week. They performed pretty well, but Centurion, man, let me tell you, they got tossed into the blender and just put on full chop, full blend, full whatever. I mean, minced, diced, pureed. They were just disgustingly, brutally beat, and it was LG who came through with an absolute nightmare of a series for them. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back in this one. I feel like this one's a little bit more of a closer skill gap, if I could say so. Legacy, Lethal, Veteran who was picked up. So this is actually Veteran's old team versus with Veteran's new team. So this is the 2nd time we've seen this today, right?
Wait, today you say?
Yeah. We had an EU. We had something very similar, right? We had Jazz who played for 117, and then
you're right.
and then he left, and it didn't work out too well for him in his 1st series, but they didn't look bad, right?
They did not. So, well, for this next game, XI versus Fierce, of course, there's the fact that there's a lot of changes from last time we saw them, of course. And what do you say? You know, I feel like it's just, as you mentioned, interesting to, for example, on Fierce have the addition of Space and Vibin, or XI having Legacy and Veteran as well. I'm not too sure what to expect about this one particularly, you know? I feel like there could be a 2-0 for XI, a 2-0 for Fierce, a 2-1 for whomever of these two, you know? I'm just not certain about what we could see between these two.
Oh, well, you know what? Only the games will be able to prove who's the better team. Is now I'm taking a look at the maps. This is a toss-up. This is a wild card, and we get to have it on some of the best classics available. We're going to start this puppy out on a standoff hardpoint, followed by firing range, search and destroy, and if it does go the distance, we will be heading over to Hollywood Hills, California for some raid control. Bands coming through for takeoff for Centurion, and then the Hacienda for Fierce. Love to see the classics. Always a fan of seeing some of these old Black Ops maps be tossed into the mix. All the players are available, ready to rock and roll. If I made a prediction, I'd have to say, just based off of who we have in the lobbies right now, I'd have to favor Fierce. But I'd love a curveball be thrown at me and proved wrong. I'd love to see this one go to distance. I'd love to see that control.
Okay, well, there is that. Like I said, I feel like there's as much of a chance of that being the case of any other for this one particularly, but once we see what happens on game 1, maybe we'll get a better idea of what could happen on game 2, and who knows, maybe game 3. This, as Burdick mentioned, will be some hard point on standoff. And, well, everybody is now connecting into the lobby, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like one of the players that I've always find interesting to see play on multiplayer is Reckless, pretty much because of the fact that I got to know him on BR instead of multiplayer, you know. Oh, never mind, another redo verdict. Scratch that. We're back out for a second.
No ping. What do they say? No ping. How does that saying go again?
No ping, no mamas. I think.
Oh, that's it. That's the one. That's yeah. That's it. That's that's the banger. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
All right, well, it wouldn't be an A if we didn't have restarts constantly throughout the night. Right now, we're about an hour into the broadcast, so we've already had 2 so far. But the night is still young, Gil, just like you. Unlike me. We've got all the time in the world, right? Wrong. Let's get this show on the roll. Come on. Yeah, I mean,
we got time. Not all
we got time.
World,
yeah.
We got time.
We got time. Yeah. For one more. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm dipping if I see another
right?
one. Yeah.
We've done more than enough tonight, so it's already up. Get straight into business once we can, fellas. I'm not too sure if that's something that could have to do with one of the new rules, asking them to make sure that they are recording and such. I'm not.
It is.
Hopefully, if it is, like if it were to be the case, I'm sure that it should be happening less and less as we move forward within the season, right?
Yeah, it should be a standard, right? Instead of doing screenshots, we simplified the process. All you've got to do is just stream and set your stream to private on YouTube, and then share the link if required, right? That's all you got to do. And then, or just record it, and then keep it for however much time. That simplifies, streamlines everything, and makes things a lot simpler, in quotations. It has its pros, it has its cons. Pros is we get to jump right into one game to another. Cons is sometimes that streaming software, that recording software fails. And then there's missed opportunities. Right now, we're not going to miss this opportunity. We're going to go ahead and jump into a game number 1 of the second series of the night. It's fierce. It is Centurion. Best of 3 leads us off on some hard point on standoff. Double dose. I don't get tired of this map, do you?
I do not. Stand up. Just a good old classic that I've loved from the beginning, ever since I played it first. And yeah, I gotta say, I got hurt each and every single time I see it. I vote for it without a doubt. Doesn't matter what other map might be involved in. Well, in here the fight is breaking through point number 1, and even fight as both are not getting a true control within themselves and the opponents. Now with a retake after retake after retake, we're gonna have 11-11. The fight continuing inside. It seems like Rehan is trying to get inside with a double kill for himself and the help of Sol. That was a really good breakthrough for the fellas over at this was XI, right? Am I?
Yeah, this is XI, XL, Extra Large Gaming, otherwise known as Centurion. The team that we will not name, or whatever, you get the vibe. I'm on board with Space right now, who, I gotta say, dropped 55 last week and just made it look so easy right now. He's sitting on 5. Needs 50 more to kind of close the gap on where he ended at last week. Right now, he's not slowing down. Bad thing is, the team not going to get that bunker over to New. You got one player in CODM who needs to go big, able to play his life for 1 kill, but it's not enough. Veteran there to get the retaliation. The top side is controlled. The point is open. And on the inside, Centurion going to be able to rack up some uncontested points. Look at this. The spawns, they are not favoring the side of Fear, so we got a little bit of adversity. The hit through gas station is not successful either. Hey, guys, you remember me? I'm your old teammate. Vibing with the 360 spin says, homie, we've met. You're nothing. Sends them to the respawns, but right now it's all about the focus here onto the objective. And so far, so good. It's been 30 seconds of uncontested time, Gil.
Yeah, really uncontested and getting even higher. I think Rehan might be trying to change that on the next couple of seconds. He's on the outside of that window, trying to get in. Ooh, does get that kill onto Lethal, vibing with a kill onto Legacy. There's only 10 seconds left, so there's not a whole lot more to be fighting for within the inside of Factory, but Rehan's still gonna be taking that scrap time, and now rotating onto point number 3, ladies and gentlemen. There's gonna be the use of the Annihilator by Space. Space already getting 2 kills with it, realizing that there might be someone behind. He was absolutely right. Problem is that, although he got that kill, the spawns are just not in favor of the players over at Fears. Now XI inside of the hill. I'm looking at Veteran there with a claw, finding a kill at a distance. Spread missile in hand will be used. Unfortunately enough, that was just not going to land onto anybody. But he's still alive, still with things under control. 3 players inside, vibing through the wall, finding a kill. Veteran still alive, waiting for someone to walk through those stairs, but no one in here, no one in there. And this clean defense in favor of XI is now gonna position themselves really strong against their opponents.
Yeah, and you're at a little bit of a cross, right? You gotta figure out what's going wrong. You get the early rotations if you're fierce, because right now the breaks aren't coming through. 2 Money Hills down, P2 and P3 is locked and loaded for Centurion. They've got a hefty lead rolling into the P4 side, but we all know that the early bird gets the worm here. We'll see if this worm is going to be held for a complete 60. They need it as we see it. Point has opened up for business. Nobody here for the side of Centurion, and now it's a little breathing room. Can they keep their heads above water? 3 players on the objective. Shields here for the contest on the outskirts. Perimeter control to an all-time high. Legacy tries his hands. Not happening. Veteran all shut down. It's a complete wipe. It's a breakdown, but Lethal coming through with a nasty 2-piece. We'll see if he can get the breach onto the objective. Absolutely not. It's CODM coming through with an absolute beautiful gravity vortex, and right now nobody's able to capitalize on the hill time. Veteran realizes that and go and put himself inside of the bottom side of the market, where he will yet again win another gunfight and wait for the cavalry to show up.
Alright, 130 and still getting higher. Veteran inside gonna be popped by Space. Space with a triple kill in his favor. That is just not going to be enough. Now there's another retake hovering over for Xi. A good defense for Rihan. Those 9 seconds can only do so much when you're losing by that much. Let's move, ladies and gentlemen, back onto the P1 reset. Inside of it, I see Reckless. Lethal was trying to get there, but not gonna be possible. Space, once again, from the outskirts. Space, I feel like there is a need for Space, particularly alongside with one of the other members of his team. I'm not too sure who that is. I think that's Vibing. They are getting good kills that are just not being translated onto a whole lot of time inside of the hill. As soon as I say that, Space finally tries to bounce inside, trying to box someone with the gloves, but I don't know, man. I feel like it is understandable for you to be doing something like that if the remainder of your team are able to actually control with your kills, but that's clearly just not been the case for Fierce.
Yeah, and if you think back to that performance where he dropped 55, he had like a minute and a half on the hill. Right now, he's sitting on a measly 4 seconds. Let's go ahead and dive in for the comms. Things got to be frustrated, but we'll see if they can dive through this P1 to P2 connection and have something different now as we do jump in with the side of Fierce.
Let's go next. Let's go next. Let's all go next. Let's all go next. Come on.
Oh my god, Deli, bro.
Just play deep farm again. I think deep farm. Get back, Kali, back, Kali, one tap.
I got shot from farm.
I got him. I spawned farm.
I spawned the gas.
You're spawning gas. Yo, one's mystery, statue.
One gas.
Statue, I spawned back.
One secret and one.
That's
There's no secret.
Call out, bro. Gas, bro.
Secret, farm. Secret farm.
Yeah. You have to push up.
Farm one shot.
Farm dead. Let's do this.
Come on.
Let's put.
Bro, what's in the hill?
They're swarming boxes.
He's one tap back.
One front. He's going tall. There's 2 on the stairs.
Farm is dead.
What? Yo.
Yeah, 2 black van in farm.
Alright, go next.
All right, you hear the rotations. The call-out's been made. We're going to go ahead and dive in, give a chance for Centurion to sound off, as this one might be coming to an end here in this P3 rotation.
No, go now.
Yeah, go.
I'm going. Yo, there's one bomb. Hop up. Deli. I spawn boxes.
Help me spawn.
There's one already new.
Alright,
There's one going Deli side. Broken. Broken. Two broken. Deli side, top grannies. Top grannies.
Yeah.
I got one back. Yo, watch Deli.
How you hop?
He's going back blue.
Bottom blue, guys.
Back blue there.
Mistake there.
There's one bottom blue.
I have ladder. Bottom blue too, there. Nice.
Your flash don't take. Tank.
No, two city tank. Nice, good shit. I spawn back Kali.
I got 4.
Good shit, veteran.
I'm betting. Dead.
Bro, mystery one shot. Going hop up right now.
Got this bitches, bro. Come on. Bro, hop.
Good shit, bro.
One barrels.
One Deli, and one hop up. Deli, bottom blue right now.
Nice.
Bottom blue there.
All right, we might have underestimated the power of Centurion. They are coming through locked and loaded here in game number 1. As a matter of fact, we don't even get a chance to talk about it. It's over with, ladies and gentlemen. 250 to 114. It was real and it was close, but it was never real close skill. Holy hell. We may have misspoke on our picks in this one. it was the exact opposite as we anticipated. Fierce. Not looking so fierce today.
I mean, I said that I was just absolutely unsure as to what could happen. I was just at a loss of words as to who could be with the advantage, and well, we have just now figured that out. 32 verdict, 32 kills for veteran, only dying 15 times. Boy, over 2.0 KD with over a minute and a half into the mix. This player, this fella, veteran, if I'm not mistaken, veteran joining them for the first time this season on the side of Fierce, right?
Yeah, he started off with Fierce and was I don't know if he left or if he got dropped. I don't know what the case was, but he finds himself on a roster in Centurion, and they just kind of meshed super well. I don't think I've seen veteran pop off that much in a long time. It's been at least half a year since I've seen him fry like that. That was a great game from him. 32-15. What a better way to say bye than to say, I'm taking you down in the hard point, and I'm doing it looking good. 32-15 with a minute and 38 on the clock. Fierce starting to feel a little personal after that one. We'll see if we can get some more action out of this Search and Destroys. We're going to get geared up for our second game of the series. Predictions are out the window, ladies and gentlemen. We're not good at them anyways. I'm not, at least. I gotta say, Centurion came in with a chip on their shoulder, and it showed throughout the entirety of that hard point.
So, absolutely nothing to be said about their performance. Now, well, we are about to find out if that same performance can be translated onto some no respawn mode. Of course, I'm talking about some search and destroy action on, I think we mentioned firing range, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Tonight, I'm not too sure if we're gonna have as quick of a night as we had on Europe, you know, with all clean 2-0s. But I can tell you, like, I feel like so far these games have been feeling, to me, slightly more entertaining. It seems like North America getting, although many more roster changes, just dropping a lot of action when it comes down to just being on the outside of it, you know, just spectating these games.
All right, well, we're gonna have a sub come through for Fierce. Maybe we're just restarting game. I don't quite know. I did see. Oh man, who was that? Oh, well, I'm sorry, but
okay.
Teabag. I think I read somewhere in chat that this roster was missing something, and that person has entered the stage. Where was he at in the hard point though? Why did we see Teabag? Maybe he wasn't available. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. We're just gonna let this series pan out now. I was wondering why I couldn't figure out what was going on. Is because Teabag wasn't in the building. Well, he's back now. We'll see if he can make
substituting.
What'd you say?
Who is Teabag being a sub for?
Oh, who is he subbing out? I do believe it was Zolf.
Vibing? No, Vibing's here.
Zolf.
Refon.
Zolf.
Zolf.
Yeah,
okay.
Zolf.
Okay.
Zolf. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what are you guys thinking, Chad? Do you think that was the missing part on the side of Fierce, as Verdict just mentioned? You think that's gonna be enough to just turn it around and make it more favorable for themselves, or on the opposite end, you feel like Exile's momentum is just gonna be translated onto Search and Destroy and call it a night? Well, let us know there in chat. What is homie doing over there? You see that random Slothy message in chat?
Wait, there's one in Slothy. What did he say? Did he say I'm HOR in something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what he does when he comes into chat.
Out of nowhere.
He just out of nowhere, yeah. That's what he does. Slothy, do you even play the game anymore, homie? I mean, come on, be real.
Good question. I think I saw him with a team.
I think you were. Yeah, I think that was somebody else. Couldn't have been Slothy.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm joking, obviously. All right. Well, Teabag's entered into the equation. Zolf is out. We're getting geared up for game number 2. Is Teabag going to make the impact that is desperately needed out of this Fierce roster? As I mentioned earlier, I don't want to, repeat myself, but they didn't look too fierce in that in that game 1 without Teabag. Definitely going to be a different situation this time around. Game number 2 bound we are for Search and Destroy on none other than Firing Range. Classic after classic after classic. I gotta have a game 3 in this series.
We could easily get to that situation. We could. It all depends on how more of a morality will be felt on the side of Fierce. There's a true opportunity, even more so, specifically because I feel like we all know Space likes to be using that SKS, but he also likes those cheeky spots for a sniper. And I would say that Firing Range alongside with Standoff and I'm missing one map, I think it's Raid as well, is one of those maps that have plenty of literally crazy angles for you to land sniper shots. And if Space were to try to find something like that and try to give some sort of early advantage in favor of the squad, alongside with the momentum that could be provided by Teabag, could allow the side of Fierce to, well, gain the game that they need in order to move to a game 3.
All right, well, before we find that out, we're gonna need 2 players ready up. Come on, chop, let's get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a time to be stalling. This is a time to get right back into the action. The games were supposed to be quick, right? Y'all don't even have to submit screenshots. What's the holdup, bub? Come on. Jenny, I'm gonna need you to get in Space's ear and tell him to ready his butt up. I don't care if he is on the toilet or if he isn't responding. I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna need him to ready up. Thank you. I think Johnny got him like instantly. I don't even have to say 2 words. Bam, spam it, start it. Let's go. Game 2. We need it.
Go.
Chat, don't tell me to put respect on Slothy's name. Tell him to come into Mobile Mayhem and do something respectable. All right? Just getting all off on me. All off.
All right, okay. Well, they are ready. We are too. Are the admins ready?
Oh, bro, come on. You spam it. Oh, wait. She's... Start.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wait, we're gonna... All right, we need that button to be pressed. Let's go. Let's get it. I like this Guildmania guy. Hey, thank you. I like you too, Chief.
Yeah.
Nice comment over there. Appreciate it. But yeah, we definitely need to start. And if it's not to us, I can assure you that we are as willing to start as we can be over here on the casters lobby. But okay, there you go. We're all loading to the game, fellas. We are finally going to game number 2. Anyway,
anywho. Yeah, we're here.
And I think Space might be using that DLQ, so I'm not too sure. What do you say? What do you say about him?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to hit some nasty wall bangs. He always is famous for those classic spots, you know, some ones that we don't really too much familiarize ourselves with right now. The hits through, the cross has been made, and A-Long, they're flirting with a little bit of a push. Legacy's the only player here for the side of Centurion who's holding off the angles through the spawn site, but look at the backside. Teabag's made his way through the jungle building. With a little bit more breathing room, you can see he's going to go ahead and put the pedal to the metal. Go ahead and make the rotation through. Rihan, good for 1, the opening blood. The 4v5 retake will ensue, make it a 3v4 hold, rather, is going to happen, and things are actually getting a little spicy. Teabag finally going to come through on that flank. The collapse is real, and it's all on Rihan and the side of Teabag. We're making just Teabag. That shot, you got to hit that one, Rihan. I don't know what happened there. There was smoke.
Teabag was trying to go for those kills directly. Really smart. Oof. He was almost verdict. Almost positioning himself on that head glitch. That would have been really, really good for him in that kill. But unfortunately enough, that is just not going to be the case. Not kind of odd of a round as everything was happening kind of in a sloppy manner. But, well, that first point going in favor of XI. Centurion, ladies and gentlemen, first blood for them again. Reckless with a nade kill onto Vivin. Space is down as well. both Donut players are going to be taken down early on within this round. Rehan is going to revenge frag onto Legacy, turn this into a 4v3. He kind of knows that they're going to be pushing for that bomb. That's a perfect opportunity for him to go to get a couple of kills. CODM does as well. Bomb is not going to be planted just yet. 3 versus 2, changing the pace of the game. CODM just trying to figure out if he wants to push through this door, and he does again, doing a little bit of damage onto Reckless. Still a 3 versus 2. Oh, that sniper shot is going to change the pace of this round. As he turns around, Lethal goes to wait for someone else to walk by, which was T-Rag. Game sense on a match for Lethal. That allows his teammate to just plant the bomb. In the meantime, CODM could not, for his life, do too much inside a trailer. Begins to try to figure out what to do next, but Verdict, the way this round has been going is just like a ping pong match. 1 point, there's in favor of XI, then Fierce, then XI, then Fierce. At the end of the round, will be XI the one to prevail as they take the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, these haven't been 2 good rounds back-to-back for Fierce. These have been tremendous rounds for in favor in Centurion, right? Right now, it's a little bit of a switch-up. A hit was successful twice in a row, but this time around, we're going to get a little bit of flashes onto that B side. Teabags the Lone Wolf, holding on for dear life, but Veteran able to get the shots in, piercing him. Vibin's down. CODM now trying to spray and pray his way through. He's good for 2. Space going to be able to get a Deagle kill, but it's up to Legacy and Reckless. Legacy's going to find 1. Rehan's now on his own. Deagle out. Going to be able to find that one, but where's the collapse at? Where's Legacy? Where's the last intel? He's flanking around. Oh, Legacy, you got to hit that one. Follow-up shot, just as crispy, though. 3 rounds rocketing and rolling. Centurion. Doesn't matter. They switch it up. They go A, they go B. It's successful. Don't need to get the bomb plant there. You just win your gunnies. And they prevail 3 rounds in a row. What is going on with Fierce? Can they bounce back? Space was supposed to be a hit. He was supposed to make a difference. Right now, there's not a difference in the world as Lethal yet again open up with another first blood.
Poor CODM. A 3-player push through that main door over on the trailer was just not gonna be stopped by a single player there on the side of Fierce. That is gonna break through the defense on that A-long side. Then T-Bag trying to go for that kill onto Shield will not happen and gets killed by Lethal. Oh my goodness, Verdict. You called it perfectly. You were mentioning how well T-Bag's addition into the mix, although he's finding a few kills for himself, has just not been enough. XI are pretty much repeating what we had on game number 1 here now, as they are more and more with things under control. Vibin here finally gets spotted, or not spotted, but killed by Legacies in his team's perfect round. No, not a single casualty, not a single member dying on the XI's members. Boy, oh boy, I think
how the mighty have fallen.
Game 3, but I'm not too sure that's a possibility no more.
I wanted a game 3. I'm not sure I want to see a game 3 after what I've seen so far, man. Vibin couldn't hit a shot to save his life to take down Legacy. Surely enough, couldn't save it. Right there, shots coming through. T-Bag opening up. 2 down, make it 3. For the price of 1, Space is out. Veteran and Legacy, this might be a round for the defense. Pinning a Miracle. Miracle has inserted himself in the equation. It's in the form of Legacy. Bomb saves Veteran, or Legacy right, or Vibin right there. But it's all on Veteran. Smug Face gets 1. Hey, you dropped me. Do you remember me? Oh, okay, Vibin says, finally I can hit a shot. And he gets 2 this round. Had a donut last round, bro. I could not bear to rewatch him trying to take down Legacy. And of course, Legacy just puts him in a back seat, man. Just an absolute freak of a shot right here. It's 1-4. Fierce finally getting on board. Is this going to be able to spark that comeback?
We're about to find out. For the time being, momentum is going to be broken inside of XI's, but doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like they have been bothered by that. They initiate this round with 2 immediate kills going their way. Now defending the A side, the A long. There's Rehan. Rehan is gonna see the smoke. The push is gonna break through. A little bit of damage onto Lethal. Rehan still pushing forward. Gonna find 2 kills. No, only gonna be 1 in an assistance, but that is gonna be nearly a perfect retake. No, that perfect retake in favor of Fierce. Seems like that momentum has just flipped a little bit. XI definitely getting those 2 kills was really, really important, but Fierce once again and quickly shifting it their way. We're gonna be flipping spawns, and fellas, I'm just not too sure. It seems like XI still feels too strong.
Yeah, they do. Oh man, Lethal, he's just been bunny hopping, quick scoping, lining them up, knocking them down. Space finally gonna be able to answer back, but it's at the expense of losing 2 homies. Oh man, Space peeks right in the trailer site. I'm still in shock. How the hell is he still alive? This is an angle that we saw earlier. Well, not necessarily this same one, but a very familiar one that we saw in EU, and finally it's getting used in A. Oh, Space brought the street sweeper, or should I say the trailer sweeper. Good for 2, but Legacy there for the collapse, quickly able to bring back the number advantage. As the back shot's there from Shield. Oh my God, Shield! You just got fried, homie. Thank God Legacy does not fall for the player behind the target. He was hiding behind it, homie. You couldn't hide from Legacy. Bro was not having it, but Shield. Bro, ain't no way you get those shots in and then you get absolutely turned on. That was disgusting.
Yeah, although I can appreciate him trying to hide behind that. At the same time, like you mentioned, if you're landing that nasty of a 180 onto your opponent, might as well to try to just go for that kill that for that enemy that you know is most likely gonna be pushing through that door, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Veteran opens up with the first blood. Lethal is always good for a second or a third. And there it goes. Fierce to fall in, Vibit and Teabag. The last ones to collect the pieces. And this might be the end of the days here for Fierce in this series. Lethal finally shut down Reckless. Don't pick the angle, bro. This is not the fight you want. Shield, thank God. He gets some redemption. Knows exactly where he's at. No chance for Teabag to retaliate. 6-2. Are we going to see the nail be put into the coffin, Gil? Like I said earlier, I don't know if I want to see a Game 3.
Yeah, honestly, it's just been a little bit bad. I wanted to say a little bit. That could be translated to something more. 6-2, favoring XI. An insane. Oh, I think we should go with Shield here. Trying to go defend this area with a shorty. Takes 1, misses the second shot, takes out the CVR, but gets spotted. But the call out is gonna be made. Everybody on the side of XI pushing to try to defend Bravo. Let's see if they can. Veteran going through wood, gonna be spotted. Tries to go for the retake against Space, but Space too quick with those SKS shots onto the opponent. It's gonna be now 4 versus 3. Bomb within the hands of Space, which is a not player to have control over a bomb. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't say that he's necessarily the player to usually try to go for that sort of situations, but he'll have to be at some point if that's needed. Lethal does take that sniper shot into Rehan, evening numbers out. 3 versus 3 over there on Alpha. Ooh, vibing and T-Vibe with a kill for Itch. Legacy is gonna be completely on his own now. Tried to go for that revenge frag onto Vibing, but the head glitch was just too clean for a sniper to deal with there for Legacy. That is going to prolong this slightly longer. Of course, Fierce is not gonna make it easy. They could they could go out with a 2-0 fashion, but even if that were to be the case, of course they're still gonna be fighting as hard as they can.
Yeah, they're gonna have to hang on for dear life right now. Reckless open up with the first. CBR is good for the first. Into the trailer breach we go. A shutdown right there. Space trying to open the floodgates up. Veteran shut down as well. You got Teabag flirting with disaster right here. Shield still feeling salty about that flick, homie. No body shots here. He's all class. With 3 players left standing, last hopes here for Fierce to see that Game 3. More importantly, to keep this search and destroy alive. Has to come through. Bomb's made its way over. No, bomb's still in Space's hand. Why do you have the bomb, and why is it all the way here at the top side? Reckless inside of the trailer, still holding the fort down. The mid push here from Shield as he's trying to get information. Space has hopped the top side of wood. And I think the sounds might be giving him away. Shield's going to be able to creep right through. Space is not going to see this one coming. This is going to be a freest of free. And that might be the collapse. Bomb is confirmed down. And with that shot, Lethal puts on CODM. This might be it. Fierce looking for a Game 3, homie. It ain't happening. 7-3 Centurion. I hate we doubted you, homie. I hate we doubted you. Should have spoke a little more respect on their names. The 2-0 sweep. As the night is still young, and we still got 2 more series ahead of us, but that one, my friend, hurt a little bit.
All right, well, whew. Yeah, some people may have doubted them, but they never doubted themselves. XI just killing it. Really, really good performance, really good gameplay, strategy, one-on-one gunfight skill. It was really well fought for. And Lethal though, 13 kills total on those 10 rounds, more than one per round, helping the squad quite a lot. And as such, well, we'll be gaining 20 more points, ladies and gentlemen. Verdict, I think on North America last time we had a bunch of 2-0s all across the board. Well, so far tonight, halfway through, it's gonna be the exact same thing.
Yeah, it looks like we're copy pastaing everything from Thursday night. As a matter of fact, I'm taking a look at the schedule just to kind of give everybody a heads up of what we got left on the agenda. It's Galaxia Gaming taking on Team Mobility, as well as Upper Echelon and Luminosity. I know for damn sure that match 4 is not going to a game. I say that, and we might see a DQ. So it's still a possibility. But pitting a DQ or a miracle, Game 4 should be a lockdown for Luminosity. Galaxia Gaming and Team Mobility, 2 challenger teams. Galaxia, they're a completely different roster, though. Team Mobility, they've also lost one of their big carries in S-Thug. So that one's still a toss-up. I think that series is about as a wild card as that last one was. And I know we're not talking about it, but we can address the elephant in the room. That was a beatdown. That was a brutal slaughter.
It was.
Fierce got ran through like a treadmill. And we're heading to series number 3 now as we're getting geared up for it. Predictions, we'll have to wait. I think I need to take a break and still recover from Teabag turning on Shield. Ultimately, Shield got the ultimate laugh and won the series, but that was a hell of a flick, bro. That was disgusting. That is a... put them on a milk carton scenario. We're going to put something else on a milk carton. Not going to be us. We might go missing for a minute, but we'll certainly be back. Don't go anywhere. We shall return. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We're here for it. Yeah. It's Team Mobility. It's Galaxia Gaming. It's... Wait, who is Galaxia Gaming again? Well, that's right. They've changed everybody on their roster, and I have no idea other than the fact that Austin and Justin and Scorpion are the only ones that remain. We've got Regret coming through for the addition, and we also got somebody with just an absurd profile picture. I mean, what even the hell is this? Are you buying Prime energy drinks, nerdy? Get a life. Stop taking pictures of your freaking Walmart shopping cart. Nobody cares. It's a god-awful profile picture, homie. You need to change that. Any rate,
it is kind of confusing, yeah.
Yeah, dude, come on. Like, nobody cares. That's a silly profile pic. I've seen some pretty absurd ones, and that one's just like... You trying to flex, you got like a freaking buggy full of Prime?
I guess he's asking about Galaxia's roster, and well, like Beric mentioned, it changed entirely from last time we saw them. But I can tell you about the ones that will be playing tonight, at least on game number 1, which, as you just said, are Ascent, Scorpion, Justin, Nerdy, and Regret. Will they regret their changes? Well, we are about to find out. But on the side of Team Mobility, there's definitely a few names that I've seen in the past. But with that being said, I think we earlier talked about, for example, Legacy being a part of the roster itself. But seems like Legacy, no, not Legacy.
Legend. Yeah.
Legend. Won't be playing with them tonight for Team Mobility.
Yeah, we won't see a lot of people who made it through Challengers play tonight. As a matter of fact, S-Thug was one of the star players for this roster, and instead of seeing S-Thug tonight, we saw him earlier. He did not so great with that Cygnus roster, who struggled to put even a single point on the board and take us to that game 3. We're still upset about the Classic, or as Guildmania so graciously referenced, it's the Classical. And that one was supposed to be a banger of a series, and we've been just let down with upsets and sweeps. And now we are getting into a best of 3. That's going to start on Slum's Hardpoint, followed by a Raid, Search and Destroy. If it does go to distance, we're going to get a game 3 on Standoff Control. Summit and Firing Range have been banned. All predictions are out the window. I have no idea who's going to win this one. I have no idea what to expect. Last time I seen Nerdy play games, he posted a screenshot on Twitter bragging about carrying in Black Ops 2 Plutonium, bro. Like, we still lost, man. I don't care how bad your teammates were. You still lost.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you get 1 kill or 1,000. If you didn't control those objectives, you are not going to be winning those games. But anywho, fellas, we are mostly ready to begin that game number 1. You said it, Hardpoint on Slums. We are back with Slums Verdict. And you know, I never disliked it. It was never my favorite map, but recently more and more I've been digging it. You know, I feel like Slums is a map in a way balanced with the points. I don't know. I just like that setup, just moving across the map. You know how you start in that middle fountain, then you go back, then you gotta go on the outside of showers. It is just pretty nice to me, all that stuff. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but let's get straight into business. Let's get straight into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be some action with Gaga Gaming versus Team Mobility, TMGG. Now, we'll not be getting the initial hold, but we'll be getting the retake, as the control will be within the hands of Starboy. Who Starboy is? Well, that's Starboy.
Wow.
Like, there's nothing else to be said. He's Starboy.
Yeah, it was Starboy. Now is respawning. Fortunate set of scenarios here in P1. It's a bloodbath. It's found. It's ringside. Whatever you want to call it. It is a travesty. And it's out in the open, more importantly. The battle for the outskirts of the spawns. Bright's trying to loop the backside. Hillside still being obtained. 25 to 11. This is the benchmark. You're trying to look at, you know, how many points do I need to get in order to feel comfortable to get that early setup for P2? Well, to be honest with you, can't worry about spawns too early on, as this map can be just so devastating. As I say that, Austin's going to be able to get the one player that was lacking behind. Clap's trying to deal the damage to take down Austin for the trades. The spawn's not favoring anybody as of yet. We'll see this kill go through. Clap's going to be able to collect that body, but the spawn's still not solidified. Starboy spawning out is giving me mixed signals. Now as P2 is open up for business, nobody has a clear hold on this objective. Nobody has a clear hold on the spawns. And we're getting a little bit of a wishy-washy presence here in this second objective.
Well, the spawns is in control for Gaga Gaming, and they are making sure that there's value off of that as Regret gets inside, finds a double, but gets spotted by Beetle. But there's Justin for the retake back in the hands of Galaxia Gaming. Galaxia doing a great job, as I mentioned, to make sure they're always with the spawns and always taking value of that interaction. Beetle is trying to bounce inside of it, finds one, finds two, went for the third one. That was just too much to bite for this player. Scrap time will also be in favor of Galaxia. And, well, that will allow the fellas over at... Why the... on stream, I think that says Upper Echelon. This is not Upper Echelon, right? Yeah, but,
yeah, that's totally not Upper Echelon.
That name.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know who needs to hear that, but this is not... There we go, team mobility. We're getting an Upper Echelon. A little bit too much screen time tonight. Obviously, they'll get their time to shine tonight. Right now, it's Starboy putting on a beast performance with 8 on the board, trying to hold down the fort here at P3. Pops the Fury. Opens up with a 2-piece. That's a full wipe. Spawn's now going to be focused onto that back ring site, the back fountain, where we'll see Austin get the God tier timing of a lifetime. Starboy's the last one alive. The Super Soaker pulls it out, doesn't pull the trigger. I don't know if he's going to get that one back, but it does look like it's going to get reset with 80%, so no harm, no foul in that instance. Starboy has been a star boy here on P3, finally being taken down. It's by the graces of a nade, not before he goes with a Preddy. 15 seconds left for scraps. It has been all team mobility in the feed, all team mobility on the hill, and they're going to take the 30-point advantage rolling into this P4 setup.
Right, now Clouds with a Vortex machine will begin to use it to try to clear off that mechanic site. Unfortunately for him, he gets spotted. The next one to use that operator is gonna be Beetle now with a Sparrow in hand, gonna find that kill onto us. It turns around, goes for the next one. That is gonna be Scorpion. Great job done by Beetle, but the problem is that there's still people inside. Justin doing great job, great duty here with the claw, eventually trying to bounce inside and make sure that the defense continues. The fight has always been close so far this game. You know, we are barely starting, but it seems like Galaxia are definitely doing better than what I could have anticipated, but unfortunately for them, they are still behind the fellas over on Team Mobility. Right now, the one trying to get inside is Justin. Justin going through the window. Justin being quickly obliterated by Beetle. Beetle does die at the end. There's still 15 seconds left. That, of course, is going to be Team Mobility still fighting for. Eventually, well, the spawns make them still go for those, but the scrap time will be in favor of Galaxia, as they're going to be behind by about 20 or so points. We're going back onto P1 reset.
Yeah, back to P1 reset, down by about 20 or so points. Let's go ahead and do our first due diligence. Jump in with the VCs and sounds and cues of the boys over at Team Galaxia Gaming to see how the comms are.
Blue.
Watch out, blue. I need help. Listen, this is blue. Hey, I'm gonna go blue. Hey, try and help me out, blue. One blue. You're fucking shit. Just one more. No, he's dead.
Breaks.
Hey, one shot double D.
One more. Yo, double D.
Dead, nice. Big kills. Go new. Hey, listen, they're gonna go blue. They're stupid. They're gonna go blue.
Two blue.
Blue, I got to the nade.
We gotta go new.
Hey, I'm standing here. Hold the kill cam. Just rotate. We come back off this hill. Hey, hold the left side. Damn, that guy just started.
Let me know.
Hey,
Let me know.
Double D. One cafe. I need help, cafe. Hey, I need help, cafe.
Oh boy, I've never heard I need help so much. Bro, P2 hadn't even opened up for business, and all I can say is get Nerdy some help, for Christ's sakes. It's the only thing I heard out of him the whole time. He's bringing a lot of like vibrance to the table, but it isn't translating into hill time. Finally, we're going to see a little bit of time being collected. No, it's not. Spawns are settled. You've got new. You don't have anybody in the hill. You got to win the gunnies on the outskirts. And so far, so good for Galaxia, but can they execute? Starboy finally able to put some shots in, and now it's a little bit of a spawn trap. Sure, you got the spawns, but can you get to the point, Gil?
That's the biggest thing. Can they actually execute? Doesn't matter how much or how little you are talking to your teammates. What's important is actually moving into the hill as well. And well, it seems like Galaxia are deeply prioritizing the rotation onto point number 3. Problem is, I'm not too sure how good that's gonna be working out, as they have lost pretty much every single member. The only one alive now is gonna be Austin. Austin takes the kill, but Bride is gonna spot him. Bride quickly with a retake. We didn't even start the pre-point timer before we saw that retake in favor of the members in here for TMGG. Team Mobility just constantly doing this sort of stuff are downplaying the way that Gaga has tried to rotate. And well, in here, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter if they rotate with 1 second, with 10 seconds, with 20 seconds prior to the heal being over. What's most important is the fact that Team Mobility constantly shuts down their new plans here. Over 200 points, nearly doubling down the points that Galaxia has been able to get for themselves. There's even the opportunity for Bright to be using a PAM. That's right, my boy Bright on a complete rampage now. 32 kills for him, holding the scrap time of the kill. There's gonna be the use of the Annihilator, but it's not enough to end up with a life for Bright. My boy is just too clean with it. Holger still in hand. Will be using that down that PAM. His allies are being broken down, but that's still not enough. Bright alive, Claps alive, everybody in the vicinity, but there's 2 enemies. That's why Bright tries to get inside. Finally, he's gonna be shot down after a spree of 10 kills with that Holger. Unfortunately enough for him, that is no nuke for the team, but it doesn't matter. 225 verdict, only 25 points away from the dollar.
Only 25 points away now as P4 is popped open. Let's go ahead and listen in with the side of Team Mobility to see if they can put the finishing touches and make this a GG.
Deep. Nice. They're spawning out. They're spawning court. Watch your core and bricks. Watch your core and bricks.
Oh, there's one pushing.
Watch on.
Yo, we tried to sneak in before this one got too far gone, and homie, let me tell you, it's too far gone. 250, regret ridding 1, but we're gonna regret this one now as we see it. Point is coming to an end, finally. Oh wait, I might have queued the music a little too early. Okay, there it goes. Nope, we're going to a P1 reset a 3rd time around. Prolonging the inevitable. Gaga. No need for any paparazzi here. This is said and done situation. 250 to 131. There, cue the music now. The game's over with verdict. 250 to 131. TM connecting the dots and making it a GG. Surely enough, 250. In a big way, man. That was a blowout, Nerdy. You need to get your game up, bro. I don't know how long it's been since you played COD Mobile, but I'm gonna call you out because you didn't perform up to par, bro. 18 and 38. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way, bro. Someone clip that and put it on Twitter. Yo, I'll set you fried.
Man.
Nerdy, what happened, bro?
Honestly, just unsure. It seems like Gaga Gaming go home after Panama with a deficit of 129 seconds. Over 100 points lead in favor of Team Mobility. You said it yourself, that's a GG for them. And man, I was not too sure about this one up. I think I agree with you when you mentioned that there was a better chance though in the side of TMGG, and they've proven that here on the first game up. I don't know, man. It seems like the start of the season is just being dominated by one team, at least so far. You know, at least at some point we all know that's gonna be broken, but I don't know, man. Do you think we're gonna get the, what would that be, the 7th 2-0 in a row within regular season verdict? You think that's gonna be the case, or what?
Yeah, I think it is. I think this is said and done. I think
Okay.
Galaxia Gaming just
I
did
think I
not
agree.
put their. I don't think they put their game. Did they turn their games on to that hard point? It just didn't look like it was. I mean, the rotations over the P2, you get there, you get the spawns. You're not capitalizing on the money hills, and it's frustrating to watch. But dang, nerdy, bro. 18 and 38. Bro, I can't make this stat line up. Even Shotzi's in chat. And he's like 18 and 38 with 7 seconds. God dang. Oh, damn, nerdy. Oh, boy. How the mighty have fallen, man. Holy hell. Man, you should probably throw the game inside of that buggy you have with all that prime energy, bro, and just check out, homie. Just check out. Just go now. God. Oh, oh boy.
I mean, well, yeah, there's that. Seemingly, we're going straight on to game 2, as you have suggested, in theory at least, with the new process of making sure that everything is checked within each team, each player. We should be having lower times in between games of a same match. And that is going to be the case, going straight on to game number 2, numero dos. Moving on to the next one, I would like to start with none other than Nerdy. You know what? I wanna go take him a look. I want to know what he's gonna be up to. Claps finds the first blood. Nerdy pushing through pool, and he is clapped by the Clapsiest member here. Almost finding a
Scorpion, bro.
there, but does distract for long enough there. What's that?
Oh,
What's
man,
that?
Scorpion damn near lost that gunfight. He was in the corner and got the first shots. Wow. What a very exhilarating round. Gaga Gaming delivering not quite the best performance here in Search and Destroy.
Why?
Oh man, it's all. Look, I'm just kidding. I'm only laughing because Nerdy's in here, and I play games with Nerdy outside of like COD Mobile, and the game that he lost at Black Ops Plutonium, I was on his team and he screenshotted me, and I felt like, hey, you know what? What better way to get back at him than on a public platform? Yeah, let's do it in Mobile Mayhem. Why not? Okay.
yeah, absolutely. With those 2 kills taken, verdict, that is gonna be the 3v2. Flash should take that kill on 2 Nerdy. The reaction back by the hands of Regret. 2 versus 2 now. Bomb is on the ground. Austin gonna miss with that DLQ. Nothing gonna happen. Bomb, like I mentioned, in the middle of the map. A little bit closer to those doubles. Starboy just doing the snake. Keep an eye open for Starboy. Oh no!
Oh, never mind.
The snake rises too early. Gonna pay the price. Bug gives the intel to Flashy. Flashy picks up that kill. 50 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time still for Regret to plant that bomb, and that's exactly what he's doing. He is gonna be rushing towards Bravo. Bomb is gonna be down. 45 seconds for Flashy to try to defuse that bomb.
All right, well, bomb's planted. 1v1 clutch time here. Flashy gets the full-on flank. He's covered all odds and ends. Only knows of a few angles to hold. And is peeking every bit of the spawn site. Regret in plain sight here on the outskirts. I don't know how Flashy didn't notice him. I think he might have gotten the intel there. Regret gonna go ahead and make the full-on rotation back to the ring site now. Anticipating the rotation from this red site. They finally make eye contact. Blow a kiss or two. Will they be able to collaborate here in this 1v1? 8 seconds left to go. I think time's been played for Regret. Oh boy, the shots are in. He's done it. He's gonna win the gunfight. Just the icing on the cake. And I thought, hey, maybe this rotation he was going to regret, and surely enough, he did not. Wins the gunny to go along with it. 4 on board, and Gaga Gaming on point. On board with a point.
All right, then. Well, that was a kill. That was a point. That was a round for Gaga Gaming. Galaxia finding the first one into the books. Now, heading towards Beetle. He's the one defending alongside with Claps. Actually, Claps. I'm going to stick around with him. Claps with a sniper. Just blindly shooting through the smoke. Not gonna land onto anyone just yet. First blood is in favor of Galaxia. Clap still waiting, but without the opportunity to land a shot here. He sees the sniper, but he's unable to land the first, but does land the second. Nasty shot here for Claps. Still keeping an eye open for that bar. Seems like the bar's open and anyone could be inside of it. And he's absolutely right. Misses yet another shot. Has 2 more bullets into the chamber. Waiting for someone to be going out of there. Not going to be the case. Begins to reload. That's a 4v3 with players lead being in favor of Galaxia. Not doing too bad, you know. I wouldn't say that the rounds have been clean for Galaxia, but they haven't also been that super favorable for Team Mobility so far.
Yeah, outside of round 1, it's been, you know, a 50-50 draw. And obviously we've seen both teams win rounds. Right now, the player advantage and the bomb going down gives me a little bit of hope here for Galaxia Gaming. Needs chucked out for Bright. He already got the positioning here inside of red. Looking for the rotation. He has the heady to play with. Bright peeks the corner. Gets blasted. And it's the donut to the breadstick for Nerdy now as he's on board with a kill for himself. Justin going to be able to find one himself as well. Beetle's location's been given away. Looking for the lineup. Not going to be able to tear him off that heady. Scorpion ending this round in a very dominant fashion for Galaxia Gaming. Gaga is here to play in this search and destroy. That first round blunder quickly recovered here in the search and destroy. And they're going to be able to take the advantage now as we're going to see yet again another A-side push. Going to be on board with Class, as you mentioned. He has been dynamic with the shots. There we go. Those are the ones we live for. That's the shots that we hope for, and that's the ones we catch on screen. It's now the full bar might be open, but it is just Nerdy preoccupying the outskirts. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see him get a pass. He's going to be rejected and sent out. Regret going to be eating some bullets. He's about half health, but he's going to be able to stay alive, and now the 2v3 ensues. The bomb is still in the hands of Regret, and that's about as good as it gets for this 2v3.
Yeah, Regret with that bomb under control could lead to, well, the change of pace in here, but keep an eye open. Look at that line slowly but surely pushing forward in the hands of the members here on Team Mobility. Bright in here, gonna go for that kill into Regret, but he is the one to regret it. He finds himself taken down. Bright not able to do too much against that fight, but his allies in the meantime took that kill onto the last allied alive for Regret. 1 versus 2. 50 seconds on the clock. Claps in here with an opportunity here, and he's not going to waste it. Ladies and gentlemen, kill number 7 for none other than Claps. Unfortunately, whenever he's within screen time, he was not shining that bright, but finally on this round, he's going to be able to do so. And with that, also even numbers out as we are done with round 4.
Done with round 4, tied up yet again. Galaxia Gaming, little spark here in the search and destroy, more than we saw ever in the hard point. Nerdy getting on board with the first blood. Bright there to quickly get the trade. Flashy's won. Was able to stay alive. Thank God for Bright being in the great positioning. Got to recover before you just make wide open transitions, Flashy. I don't know if you know that, but you got to make sure that you're 100% health before you peek through pillars. Bomb's going to go down. Galaxia Gaming with the player advantage and the bomb being planted. 2 players left standing. Claps and Bright looking to make something miraculous happen. Well, Nerdy's going to be able to get the drop there on Bright. Make it just Claps. Got to hit those Claps. Come on, get the follow-up. Not going to hit it. Oh, there we go. That's the shot right there. Picture perfect lineup for him. The follow-up is crispy. Austin trying to hold off the rotation, but look at the backside. This one's dead in the waters. Claps going to get shut down. 3-2. Galaxia Gaming back on top.
All right, okay. Well, we've talked about it. Galaxia not doing, definitely not doing the same performance that they did on Hardpoint so far in SND. Really neck-to-neck battle to one another. A back-and-forth fight within the 2 of them. Ooh, okay, Starboy. Willing to go break that donut, eat it up and change it into a breadstick, but oh my goodness. Poor Starboy. Real just struggling like any other player. Finally gonna find the first blood, immediately pushes for more, but pays the price. I'm telling you, man, Starboy is just bloodthirsty, but he's not eaten so far in this game. Bright takes that kill onto Justin. Scorpion's left alone doing a lot of damage onto Bright, but not finding that kill will result on him being pressured onto that gym area. Inside of the gym, he's gonna be doing some push-ups to get ready to slam enemy's faces into a wall. Let's see if he'll be able to do so. Remember that the bomb is on the ground, but with plenty of time for him to play with, he can just take it slow, move at his own pace, and figure out what he is going to be doing next.
Yeah, bomb's going to be down. Scorpion going to be covering all the angles before he makes any kind of push towards it. The more he lets his bomb sit, the more likely it's going to get spotted. Flashy making the rotation through. Bright's actually going to get the cross. I didn't even see it. I have the mini-map up. 3-3. We're tied. Flip sides. So far, so good. It's a 50-50 draw. Galaxia Gaming holding their way just that round. Let it get the better of them. We'll see if they can bounce back now as the first 6 rounds are over. We flip sides. They're going to have the defense. We'll see if the attack strats here for the side of Team Mobility thrive a little better than the defense. It didn't look bad, but it just did not look good, right? Anytime you don't win 3, 4, 5, or 4 or 5 rounds, kind of a little bit of uncertainty. Nerdy there for the cleanup in the kitchen site. As we see 2-for-1 trades come through, already off to a bad start here for Team Mobility. To regain's got to be impeccable. Starboy getting some shots in. Flashy peeks the angle up top. Not going to make it out alive. On the rocks, he is going to be trembling and out for this round. Bomb's going to be spotted. Starboy and Claps left in an undoable situation. We'll make that just Claps now, 1v3 style. Line up on 1 through the sniper perch, but Ascent there for the refrag. We got an advantage back in the hands of Galaxia Gaming, boys. If we were thinking this one was going to be a 2-0, as long as they continue to play defense like that, we might get to see that 3-game spread. They might get to see some control finally in Mobile Mayhem.
We might, actually we might. At this point we sort of need it, and we could pretty easily get onto that situation. Round number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, round number 8. I want to go now with Justin. Justin, outside of Red Room, just waiting for someone to walk by through these paths. Gonna find Claps, begins to shoot at him, but doesn't land a single bullet here. Now has to back out. He's realized that he's been spotted. His spot has been compromised and tries to completely change that, but doesn't matter. He's still... Oh my god, was that a kill through the wall by Ascent?
I didn't catch it, but I saw the wall bang. It's disgusting. It's a travesty we can get to catch it. Bright through the backside, going to kill the player on the flank. Nerdy's going to get dropped. Regrets. Not going to give away the location. The jump shot, he's freaking amazing right there, but he is going to get shut down. Unfortunately, though, the player advantage still in the hands of the side of Galaxia Gaming. Team Mobility stuck in their spawn, trying to roll something up. The strats haven't been there here on the attacking grounds. First 2 have not looked good. Matter of fact, they look even worse than the defense. But there's only one way up. That's to one of these sites. Got to get this bomb plant down. As we see things slow down. 38 seconds left to go. We'll see it speed up here momentarily. The defense, they're content with holding back. We'll play for the retake. We have the numbers. We'll see if they can get this bomb down accordingly on B, or if we'll see T-Mobility, or Gaga Gaming, actually, come through and spoil it before it goes down. 20 seconds on the clock. Oh, that's a fake. Don't like what you see. I don't know. There's... Okay, I guess you're just trying to be alert. I like it. Cool, calm, and collected.
Alright, bomb down and 3v2 as you mentioned. 35 seconds left. Justin gets obliterated by Flashy. Flashy then with a sniper try to figure something out what the next move is going to be. The timer is ticking and is just pretty bad situation. Oh, they're defusing! Oh, the Starboy quick enough to get that kill. Scorpion with a retake as well. 1v1 and a snipe shot yet again will even this game up. Ping pong, I'm telling you, this is pretty much like watching one of those tennis games where if you look at the crowd, they're just going back and forth with their heads. You know, it's something similar to that. It is Team Mobility and Gaga. Team Mobility, Gaga. Both having those GGs are trying to end up with a dub. It is uncertain who's going to take it first. Beetle takes a double kill, but then gets spotted by Nerdy. Good kill over there by Nerdy to stop that aggression through that site. But that does open a lot of room in favor of Team Mobility as they try to approach this ring area. That could pretty much mean that they can just move forward if they feel like it. And on top of that, there's Claps to find double-digit numbers with that sniper kill onto his opponent. That is now all of a sudden a 4v2. and a bomb being planted down as Austin tries to defend. Austin finally take that kill into Flashy, but in the meantime, his last ally got knocked out. 1v3 verdict, 40 seconds on the clock, and Austin is trying to make it happen, picks up that kill from the ground. But at what cost, fellas? He's already been put with a rewards poster. No, poster?
Posture?
What are those things called?
Poster?
The ones that you put onto the wall?
Poster.
Poster.
Yeah,
Oh,
poster.
so I'm just
Posture.
mispronouncing it.
Yeah. We get what you're saying. Posture. Well, when you say posture, I think of like imposter. Like that's sus. Like Among Us or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not the case here. Nothing sus about this gameplay. As a matter of fact, if we go over statistics, 2 out of the 3 rounds we see on this attacking strats have been victorious for Team Mobility as long as they get that bomb plant down. First round, they had a little bit of, a mishap. Right now, it's a little bit more clear. The vision, you got to be able to get onto the site. Justin trying to shoot through the top side of the ring sight. Headies, surely not going to be able to get damage there. Eating bullets is Austin, who's going to be held off here on the A site. There's nobody home. Pull side hit was not there. They're going through mid. Starboy's holding off the forces through the middle or the outskirts of driveway. And then you've got Scorpion, who's waiting for the rotation. Through the rotations in, the hits there. Regret's down, but Regret takes down one with him. Austin there for the cleanup in kitchen. Not going to be able to get there in time, and the COD time is impeccable here. Team Mobility going to be able to get the hit off through the middle. But what direction do they go now? I don't know if they are aware of the positioning, and just by Nerdy being able to clear one out of the kitchen as well, make it 2. Might be a little bit of damage done here, enough to get around to tie us back up. But Beetle says he's not going down without a fight. 1v3 now. Ultimately a 1v4 for the clutch, but he's going to be spotted by Scorpion, not even able to make it through. And that is going to be a round tying us up at 5 apiece. Things are starting to get a little interesting. Gil, we're going back and forth. He said it's like ping pong, bro. You just got to watch where the ball goes, right? Well, the ball's leading us right in the middle of the net. That doesn't make any sense, but we're dead even.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay.
Right now, the ping pong ball is literally in the middle of the net, so we're waiting to see whose side is gonna land on first, because that would also mean game lead for themselves. So a few kills are gonna be traded. Regret finding another one, but gets spotted. Austin with the retake. Everybody's dying pretty much at the same time. Beetle with another kill. All of a sudden, on the first 30 seconds, only 4 people are gonna remain alive. 2 versus 2. Bomb is on the A side, gonna be taken by Claps. Claps immediately begins to try to plant the bomb, but he sort of gets an icky sense by his ally getting killed that there's someone up above, so he begins to wait, tries to check those corners. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Claps, remember, who's going to take the advantage on round number 12? Well, round 11 is gonna decide just that, so you gotta make sure that all that pressure is that is on your shoulders. It's gonna be properly organized within your own skills. That is Scorpion and Justin alive. Claps here with 10 kills. Scorpion with 9, Justin with 4. Slowly approaching Alpha. I think he's gonna be heard by Scorpion. Bomb is being planted. Scorpion not doing too much. Actually just waiting. I'm not too sure if he actually heard Claps in here. Claps with the quick moves all the way back down onto his own spawn. Over there onto the red room. Has to be cautious though. No one's gonna be there just yet. I think that the fact that there's, I wouldn't say scared, but putting up respect for the enemies on the side of Gaga is the same reason why they have not defused the bomb just yet. Claps, gets spotted, taking a lot of damage, and the second he does, they all know that they can try to begin to defuse. Claps knows this, and that was just perfect on the side of Gaga. Like,
it was.
They made it look easy. How so? They did a little bit of damage. They knew he had to retreat back. They began to defuse. And when they do, all they gotta do is defend that last player. They made that to perfection. And game point is in favor of Galaxia Gaming.
Yo, I gotta say, I didn't like that read. I didn't like that play. I didn't like the bomb being escorted all the way back. The intel told you there was players on jungle, right?
Yeah.
At some point,
Oh,
you
yeah, like
gotta
Claps?
be able to
Absolutely.
make the read. Yeah, you gotta be able to make the read. If you're Claps, you gotta make that read. There's gotta be a little bit of resilience. You gotta be able to get that bomb down and get a better positioning. B is not the play, and obviously it wasn't. Right now, Claps is in an undoable situation, ladies and gentlemen. We might not be getting overtime. Austin says we're going to control the 7-5 win. You thought this was clean sweeps? You're wrong, homie. To control we go. The search and destroy going in favor of Galaxia Gaming. It was a little bit of a rocky start, but man, that defense looked pretty damn good.
Good indeed. Great job done there. Nerdy overcoming his demons, struggled like crazy on game number 1, and did a pretty okay job in here. 9 kills for himself, but the true start of the show has to be Austin there with 15 kills for himself, fellas. 15 kills. Just helping the squad as much as he humanly could. And, well, he definitely did, as the squad ends up tying the overall scoreboard, 1 for each side. On the grand scheme of things, this tie, I'm not too sure if it's gonna change a whole lot, Verdict, because that search and destroy may have looked good, because it definitely did on the side of Galaxia Gaming, but on respawns, they definitely struggled quite bad against their opponents.
No, struggle is one word you could use. Just downright ran through is another one. Galaxia Gaming didn't look good in that hard point. It's got to be night and day performances here in the control if they think they're going to get the reverse sweep. Search and destroy was still iffy. Like, it was 50-50. Towards the end, things started to get a bit out of hand, and the attack just did not look good. It goes back to that round that collapsed at a 1v2. I'm not saying that if he had planted it on A, it would have been a different outcome, but the intel on the read was that, hey, their jungle site, where do you feel more comfortable planning? On A, where you could maybe dash the pool bar and just play your life with a little cover, peek the bomb whenever you can? Or do you go B, where there's just, for lack of better words, too much going on to cover ground in a 1v2? I don't like those odds. If I'm going to plant that bomb, I'm planning it A, and I'm hoping that they push me one by one in the pool bar. Or I'm banking on that I get one and then I reposition down to the bottom side of the map towards modern. That wasn't the case. We chose B. We chose to get that bomb plant down, which was great. But ultimately, not the best call. If you are a little bit lost in where we're heading over to game number 3, you would be in the same book as I am, because I didn't even change the map preview. There we go. We are heading over to the summit for some... Oh, wait. This isn't that serious. It's not summit. You guys already changed the best of 3. How dare you? Standoff, ladies and gentlemen. Standoff.
Yes, sir. Standoff control. Let's get straight into business. We finally got a third game, and in a bit of a surprise of a story, well, it is actually Galaxia taking TMGG onto that instance. So we are about to find out what the deal is going to be. 30 lives on each side. With Nerdy overcoming demons on S&D, will he do that same drill now as we're back on respawns? I'm not too sure, but on the opposite end, a grenade is gonna be the first blood for Austin. Austin then with a kill on too flashy. Justin doing the same deal. Galaxia Gaming with a bit of an aggressive start on defense now. Still not gonna be enough. A bunch of kills are still gonna be traded in and out across the board. Trying to defend the inside of Alpha. There's Regret. Regret trying to stay alive, will take one. Goes for 2. Realizes too late that there was someone behind him, and that is the opportunity for Claps to begin to capture if they get that kill into Austin, but Austin is just gonna say no to that. Austin immediately pushing forward, so keep an eye open for this opportunity for him, but Bride, my boy Bride, he knew what was coming. He knew how sneaky he could try to be, and with that Holger, will take him out. The first tick is gonna be taken on Bravo, but so far the lives still in favor of the Galaxian members.
It is. You've got the defense. Obviously, you have the advantage of holding back your spawns. Right now, things starting to get a little close as the second tick of progress is going to go 3 players making the stack here on A. A full commitment here to get this tick of progress in to extend the game. Regrets one shot. Rounds the corner right into the laps there of Claps, who was clapping him cheeks, but it is Nerdy coming through. with the final shots to clear off this A site, but not before it's done. Tick of progress is in. Only one life to spare here for the attack. And, well, I gotta say, the first tick of progress came through, and it was only 2 players who did it. We'll see if 5 players can make the investment here and get the map control in order to close this first round out now, as things starting to be a little more aggressive here. They're trying to peek in for the spawn trap. There it goes. Kills galore. 2 life advantage now. 2 players on the hill stacking it. This one might be over. Nerdy trying to funnel into the market doorway of hell. Thankfully, he has teammates there. They didn't get the mid-map control, but it is the ticks of progress that are going to be reversed at the expense of being at a 2-life deficit.
Yeah, a lot of chaos allowing the opportunity for Team Mobility to change the pace of things. Only 5 lives left, and only 6 on the opposite end. The kill is going to be there for Flashy. Flashy then gets taken down. Regret with the double kill. Regret yet again just shooting through enemies' bodies like he's a hot knife through butter. 4v3. No more lives left. No more respawns through the smoke. Regret spotting someone. Oh, question mark. He goes back. His allies down. Throws that paper plane. Takes the double. Oh my god, that was perfect for Regret. And then Justin bites the dust. That's gotta be the play of the round. That allows Team Mobility. Wait a second. No. Yeah. Wait, who threw that?
Wait a second. It was Team Mobility. It was Gaga Gaming who threw the paper plane, but it was a gravity vortex that got the last kill.
I thought they had it.
They didn't. It was the round win in favor of the attacking team. They take the advantage. They played the numbers. They played the operators. And that's the name of the game here. You utilize those operators to the fullest extent and maximize in getting rounds on the attack, and you can see it, the advantage in the hands of the players over at Team Mobility. Finally a body drop there for the defense. Beetle just gonna say, I can't handle this anymore, and just decides to kill himself there. Not 100% sure why, but no advantages here for the attack now, but 1 tick of progress is what they'll have to work with now as the operators are being popped, wasted galore. A full wipe almost, but Regret has been able to slip through the seams. We'll see if he can go big here now. 20 to 22 in life count. Regret being able to get in the backside of the spawn is huge. He'll be able to get the advantage here on Flashy, but Flashy says, I'll have none of that, homie. Go back to your own spawn, and back to the drawing boards we go. Team Mobility getting the full wipes, getting the points off of this tick of progress here on A. They're just counting the bodies as they go.
Yeah, pretty much just trying to choke the opponents on their own spawn. And it's halfway through working, you know, 17 to 13. There's Justin with an 8 kill. Austin with the CDR onto Flashy. Now pushing through the right side, seemingly both Bright and Beetle trying to push forward. The only one there is Nerdy. Nerdy with an 8 in hand. Nerdy here with a kill will not be enough. Gets taken down. 30 seconds on the clock. And now the timer could be an issue, as Scorpion gets picked apart by Bright. The next one to try to get inside is Austin. Austin here with a Purifier will miss the first few seconds of it, but eventually takes that kill onto Bright. Initially just losing a bit of time, but still getting that kill. Control gonna be fought for inside of Alpha. Justin remains alive, but the lives could be an issue here. How are you supposed to live love with only 2 lives left here? Only Justin and Scorpion remain alive. There's the use of the claw as well. And Scorpion takes 1, takes 2, and Scorpion takes 3. Like it's nothing, but runs out of bullets. So unfortunate. There's only so much you can do with a single mag. Verdict. And after that insane play, it seems like Gaga just throws this insane plays at the end. But yet, they're not taking the doves that they need, and they are already losing 2-0.
They are indeed. I'm not a huge fan of Flashy popping that claw, but hey, if it gets this control game done sooner, let's do it, right? Right now, things a little uncertain here on the attack. Scorpion's starting to fill it now. The 2-piece to open up this round, as well as Austin. The combination of the two as they are just wreaking havoc on the lobby. Clap's gonna get dropped. The operators have been popped. Scorpion, good for the Sioux from it. He's got 4 more in the chamber. Gets the lineup on another. He's perfect through these 3 shots. Needs to go big. Whiffs when it matters the most. Bright now on the prowl. Oh, wait, that's not Bright. That's Claps. Oh, that was Bright. He got absolutely dumpstered. Claps now trying to pop the score streak to open up the floodgates. Justin, homie, you didn't get that kill. You didn't deserve it, man. This is not a boxing match. This is a gun game. Unfortunate, though, for TMGG. They might be up 2-0 in the series right now, but they are bleeding lives out. Then they are in numbers, 14-23.
There's only 15 seconds left. That was a better defense on the side of Galaxia, if I'm being honest with you all. Definitely well better executed, not even allowing them to get nearly any time or control inside of the objectives here. Bright, he took some time in, but that's just still not going to be enough. The next one alive is Flashy. Flashy trying to hold on to these boxes, not going to be enough. More seconds are taking into the trash can. Starboy pushes to that graveyard. Starboy alive, only 5 lives left. That is yet again where we see the players, the teams no longer gonna be spawning. That is gonna be specifically on the side of Team Ability. Like I mentioned, a way better defense on the side of Galaxia. There's literally nothing that Team Ability could have done there to overcome their demons. As we are moving on to round number 4, Verdict, I wanted to ask you what you would think about us potentially going for a listen in.
Let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and hear how the comms are for Galaxia Gaming. This is the last chance. This is the last push. Will it prevail? Let's find out.
Come on, come on. Hey, there might be some stuff.
Statue, absolute. Statue dead, statue.
Hey, listen. Hey, stop pushing up with me. Stop pushing up. Watch out, stop behind you.
Got it.
Nice. Good shit.
We got the sponsor.
I'm coming. Hold up. Hey, listen.
1v1. He laying down.
Dead.
Secret, guys. Secret.
Hey, I need help hill.
They're gonna go back alley.
Nice.
One guy's gonna go back alley. Good shit. Pop the
Only one B. Hey, I need help on A.
Fuck off me, Piro. Yo, there's 2 points. On you.
I got it.
One boxes. No, gas station.
Hey, I need help A. Hey, listen to me. I need help A.
Gas station, guys. I'm going.
Oh, shit.
Gabi.
I need help A.
Oh my god.
Get the
No way,
fuck
I'm about to solo cut B. I'm about to solo cut B.
Bounty gunning now.
I just solo cut A. No, I didn't.
I love to see it.
Only 2B.
Shit, come on. Alright, listen. Play it slow. Look at the lives. They're fucking shit. Push up. Hey, there might be one top right.
Broken. One broken.
I'm playing life.
One broken.
Slow down.
Hold on. Wait.
Nice. Hey, 2 boxes. Another boxes. One shot. Keep peeking me, pussy. Go. On B.
Hot damn are those comms alive. I've got to say, if you go back a few rounds where we did do listen-ins, but I mentioned that operator being wasted by Flashy, I'm not saying that's the reason that attack round went south, but it certainly didn't help, did it? It did not.
Yeah, it certainly didn't. And right now, Verdict, let me tell you about that triple kill that Beetle got with that Sparrow. Flashy now with the double and the bread missile. All the hype, all that energy is now collapsing into the floor. Beetle with yet another kill now onto Justin. That's the 7 versus 3. A lot of body shots for Beetle now. Regret losing 2 of his allies on his own. 1v7 reveals his spot, doesn't even take that kill. Regret that energy. Gaga Gaming try to come back from the ashes, try to come down and rise as like a phoenix. That's just not going to be the case, Verdict. He is at this point just delaying the inevitable, which is just a nail into the books for them, unfortunately. Galaxia, like I mentioned, just waiting for the end, and Claps will make it quick, will make it simple. That's the 3-1 victory. That's the 2-1 series. Both going in favor of the members here of TMGG, ladies and gentlemen. Galaxia may have been hyped, but Mobility, they just had to shut everything down there.
Yeah, they did. Things didn't look too good after that first cap came through. Would they have like a 6, 7, 8 life count lead? Wrong. Not so fast, my friend. Team Mobility came to play here in the control, and ladies and gentlemen, did we get ourselves some great old body shots. 3-1 win here in the control, the 2-1 win in the series. Beetle felt kind of, personal with those shots, right? I mean, something had to have gone. I caught some of them, but holy hell. Like, he was there. They were like, hey, you know what? You guys go out and kill that last player. I'm just going to continue to shoot this guy's body. I don't care what I got to do.
Yeah, you're like, game? Yeah, I'm not playing.
I don't forget the game. Forget the W. I want to continue to shoot this guy's body. That's all we want to do here. Surely enough, team
Oh,
does
man.
collect the last life in the 7-1. Could have been a miraculous comeback. Fortunately, for the side of Galaxia Gaming, they fall shy of the reverse sweep. The control went south and it went south quick. Gil, we got one more series on our hands. As I'm taking a look at it, I saw Washi come in the chat. He said he didn't warm up. He's coming in. Yeah, he's coming in. Well, he's coming in cold. That's not the verbiage he used, but I don't know if I can say it on chat, so I won't.
No, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a post game break. We're gonna be right back here for Luminosity as they're gonna square off against Upper Echelon. Hear word from Grilla and COD Mobile. Don't go anywhere. We shall return. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for our highlight series of the night. I'm not saying it's highlight because we think it might be Game 3 potential. It's highlight because Luminosity Gaming has been on a highlight series season so far. Well, Upper Echelon put up a fight of their own. Well, certainly going to have to put up some numbers as we see them starting to pile into the lobby. Starting 5 for LG, going to be Washi, Blur, Envy, Solo, and Marshy. Sunny, Pepe, Jusabot, Scott, and they're waiting on their 5th, but if I had to guess, it would be Tsunami as we're getting geared up to tee off on our 4th final series of the night.
That's right. It is going to be Upper Echelon and Luminosity, as you mentioned. Well, LG has been really shining, really bright, so that is enough to be called a highlight. And, well, it's, if I'm being honest with you, I think outside of that, I don't think there's going to be much more to say.
Okay.
Upper Echelon is a team that has plenty of ups and downs throughout their story and their change of names, as recently as now their change of players as well. So, man, I'm curious to see. I said it earlier. I'm curious to see how they will perform against Luminosity Gaming. But I still heavily believe that this should be a quote-unquote easy 2-0 victory for the Luminosity members.
No, I completely agree. I think it should be a clean sweep. Why? Because this should just be another routine day at the office. Luminosity Gaming, one of the only NA teams that's stuck around after Stage 5. And they're on contract for another year at least. Well, Washi, you done messed around, and guess what, homie? Now you don't have a spot on the LG team. You're out. Don't let him move up. Don't encourage this behavior. Let him pay for his... Okay, never mind.
Don't let him play. He's out.
Yeah,
he's on the bench.
He's out. That's what you get for playing around, buddy. Put the ukulele down. We're here to play games. Speaking of games, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the best 3. Looking pretty lovely here. Raid, Slums, and then Summit. By this count, I've just got to say, Upper Echelon or Ego Challenge, if you don't ban Slums Search and Destroy, you don't ban Slums just to begin with, that's a miss. This LG team was just so furious on that map. They have been for about a year now.
Yep. I completely agree. I've talked about it in the past as well. The fact that on this map, they are really good on the side of Luminosity, but on this mode combo as well, man, are they going to be struggling over there, as you mentioned. If you don't... I feel like they could have at least... just, I don't know, picked it all over on Hardpoint to prevent that from being the case, but you know, it's a little too late, fellas. We are already gearing onto the game, the first game of the last match of the night. Luminosity and Upper Echelon are gonna be facing off in this game of Hardpoint on Raid. And as we move over onto California, Verdict, take it away.
All right, here we go. P1 out in the ring site. The Hollywood Hills have never looked better. It doesn't rain here for a reason. Look at the trees. Absolutely beautiful, just as much as this P1 now as it's popped open. Scott opened it up for first blood, but it's quickly traded. No foul deed's going to go unharmed here. Is Pepe actually going to be able to get 2 on before he's dropped? And you can see it's like a firing squad. These guys are like mobile sentry guns. As soon as they get the call out, they retaliate. It is not pretty. Full sweep across the board. LG brought their game to the table. And now it's a chance to sit at the table with the greatness of the great. Is we see Upper Echelon trying to get some points on the board. They're doing a good job of contesting, but it's not necessarily translating to the hill time.
Yeah, finally they're gonna break through that. Like you mentioned, they were just pretty much just contesting without truly getting any seconds in for the squad. As they finally do so, there's plenty of time actually left in there, and that's something that Marshall realized and tried to fought for. But unfortunately for him, he gets spotted by Sunny. Great control there at the end for the players over at Upper Echelon. Now begin to rotate onto the next area, but the first one to get inside will be Marshy alongside with Washi and Marshy. I gotta say, in the past, I've already confused these two players every now and then without even being on the same team. With them being together, if I at some point call them one another, I apologize, man. What can I say?
Hey, you turn a W upside down, you get an M. They are both the same letter, just reversed, right? Vertically flipped.
Yeah.
Very easy to, make the mistake of doing so. Right now, I can't make the mistake of LG holding on to Kitchen for dear life. Envy is absolutely frying. Up close and personal or at range, it doesn't matter. He is in the spot, in the cut, chopping these players down. Kitchen side's going to be hell. Cut your losses and head for new is what they'll say. Solo trying to go ahead and be a demon and try and cut that rotation in half. He's going to get shot down, though. Pepe able to win the 1v1 there, but Marshy there to clean up on the scrap. And all the scrap time being collected here is a hefty lead rolling into this P3. A big investment here. You can see two players spawning out deep. Look at Sunny, look at Pepe. This hill hasn't even popped yet, and half the team is nowhere on point.
Fortunately enough for them, they spawn quite close and they are immediately rushing to get inside. Now everybody pushing through. Jim on the side of Luminosity, they're gonna take 2 kills. There's the 3rd one by Envy. There's the 4th one by Solo. Only one remained, and that was Pepe, who gets also knocked out. Not only that, they're now also using their own operators on the side of Luminosity Gaming. Just doesn't matter if they may have or may not have warmed up prior to this game. It just feels so flawless, so smooth in here now. At a distance, I was looking at MB. You were talking about how insanely good he's been playing so far in this game, and he continues to do so now against the use of a few of the utilities. The operator, the score streaks. There's also another triple kill for Marshy, and their rotation begins. There's gonna be 2 paper planes thrown, and neither of them connected against Sunny. Unfortunate to the side of Luminosity, but not unfortunate enough for them to be losing control. They are still doing what they feel like doing, and here, verdict, they're gonna be first into the basketball court.
Yeah, we're only 3 points down, and it's already a 100-point deficit. 128 to 27. I think now is a better time than ever. Let's go ahead and do a dial in for our first comm check. We're gonna go ahead and dive in with the boys over at LG. They got things under control right now. Well, they're gonna have to battle it back now as we see the break come through. We'll see if they can handle adversity well, and sounds for that burst. Listen in.
Switch one, looking out.
Top, one top dead.
Top down me.
One top in. Top.
Kitchen dead. One dead. One has 9 later.
He's dead. One more pull. Top.
Top dead. One more top.
There's one more. He's in jungle. There's 2 jungle now. They're pushing up laundry.
Laundry said?
Yeah, it should be.
You look at kitchen.
Top one top, watching. Two top, and one going
pillars. One ring.
Pillars through laundry.
Ring one side. Ring outside dead. Another one ring. Ring half.
That's dead.
Oh, I got stuck in them. Kitchen and pillars.
Jungle.
He's going red. Outside.
There's one other bar. I missed that. One other bar.
He's weak.
Nice.
Yo, Marshy and Washi in the same VC is a dub. I don't care what anybody says. 177-37. Things getting spicy here. Just not looking too good for the side of upper echelon as LG brought their game faces, and they have been flawless through these first 4 sets of hills, or first 4 hills. First set over on the rotation. P5 is finally where we start to see some points being accumulated here from UE.
Yeah, hell being brought among us, and that is burning to the ground onto the players of upper echelon. That over 120 points lead, at 120 points gap between one another could be getting even higher if Luminosity plays it right enough, as we are getting closer to going back onto P1 reset. The 10 seconds of scrap time will be taken by none other than MB, who at some point, in case you guys may have missed it, was like on a 12 spree with that Creek 6. Eventually got knocked out, but my boy B sweating so far this game, just try-harding to the maximum extent of that word. Right now, he's going to be spotted by 2 different enemies at once and pays the price for it. 188 and 71 for Upper E. Upper E with things without any sort of control in here. They try to begin to rotate onto the P1. Now going through the outskirts of Laundry, there's Pepe. Pepe throwing that trophy system. Trying to surprise here with a Sparrow. Not going to be possible. Verdict here. There's 30 more seconds left, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if we see them all go in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, it would be a surprise to me if we see the contest come through. Bodies just being thrown at the hill, and right now there's only so many times you can just say, hey, you know what, let's set up new. Right now it's in-game. You got to push everything. Early investment here in the kitchen site. Holes have been subpar, to say the least. We won't say we won't speak illy on a UE's performance. We'll just speak highly of how well this LG roster has meshed. Even with the sub pickup of Marshy, it's just downright disturbing and disgusting. Look at it. Everybody across the board is positive, and it's not even close in the KD department. The hill time also reflects, too. Blur with 153 seconds. Thank you. Bunker down on the hill, bro. Here comes the break. 3 players left standing there. Actually, 3 get wiped off. 1 player in the hill. Here comes the Puri. Solo says it's time to end this. 10 seconds left to go, but you're the lone wolf there. Gotta hold strong. Just a bot. Last-ditch effort. Tries to get the Grav Vortex to hit. Nobody's in that point there. The post-mortem burn. Not going to be able to take him down. And UE are going to be able to live? Nope, that's game. 2 seconds remaining. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Wrap them up, tie them up, put a bow on it, stick a fork in them. This game's done.
It is currently one of the fastest we've had a night here on the North American region for Mobile Mayhem. Great job done and greatly executed by Luminosity. We were expecting something similar to this. And even the kills, in a sense, reflect that matter, you know. It's not that many on either of the sides. If you take away, of course, the fact that on average, look at the 20 plus average in favor of Luminosity, you know. 24 for Washi, 26 Marshy, 27 Envy, 22 for Blur, 23 on Solo's side. You know, that average is really consistent within one another. I gotta say, they all were doing amazing, and the callouts were almost perfect. It was incredible to see them talk about who was alive, where they were at, talking about themselves and the opponents as well. It was just majestic, and well, it definitely paid off. Taking this seriously is gonna end this game really rather quickly with what kind of difference was that? Like 170, something like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what a 250-0 though. I mean, hey, let's focus on the positives. The game started to pick up for them towards the end. The unfortunate thing is they had been snowballed so much in those first set of hills. Of course it's going to end in kitchen, bro. Of course, we're going to go ahead and jump into the action of game number 2. Going to close this night out early. LG putting on a clinic in game 1. Post-game recap came through. Everybody was positive. The hill time was all there. And Envy's a go. I don't care what anybody says. Envy might be one of the best ARs in the game. And it's not even close. Okay, it's close. Tech is actually a beast too, but Envy just plays a different game at times.
Not true. I definitely agree with that. But starting round number 1, and that's 2 clean kills in favor of Luminosity. Now you gotta question what you're gonna be doing now. Pepe gets spotted, receiving a lot of damage, a lot of harassment in here. Blur is gonna take that kill onto Sonny. Scott is down as well.
Flawless.
You see, Verdict called it earlier. Let's be realistic. That was just completely not well thought selection of maps in the side of Opry, right?
No, it wasn't. The scouting report just wasn't there, bro. If you did a little bit of research, if you just watched any series out of this this Luminosity roster, it would tell you to ban slums for this particular reason. Right now, it's a bloodbath. It's a free-for-all. It's Washi coming through. ARAP putting a little bit of that Joe-Wo movement on, but it's only good for 1. Just about dead. Our last player alive. Everybody else is gone. It's an all-out mountain hunt. Just about going to be able to get inside of the mechanic shop, but at some point, you're going to have to come out, homie. Or you can just hold in here and wait for them to make one wrong move and hope they line up. Perimeter's being scouted. Nobody says, hey, you know what? We're not even going to peek inside the mechanic shop. You know why? Because we're not going to waste our time waiting for someone to come out of the corner. Time is of the essence. A minute on the clock. Blur holding the angles over here on this blue side of the building. And I don't know if they've got the intel that the bomb's down, but surely if they did, they wouldn't be just... Look at it. They're triangulating the area. Solo's going to be spotted first. Just about going to be able to get a chance to get the shots in. And makes it a little bit more of a doable situation now. I think Blur might have just spotted this bomb, and he says, hey, you know what? Let's just hold it out here.
Yeah, they got the opportunity to just do that. I do gotta appreciate the effort from Just About, you know, definitely just taking into consideration each and every single step he takes, but it is still going to be complicated nonetheless. They are just waiting for him to walk by. I mean, I wouldn't say camping, but at the same time, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. So there's nothing to be questioning here. Blur kind of had an ick that he might be over there and gets out of there with a jump shot. His conclusion was perfect. Takes that kill, and the round will lead to a 2-0 advantage going in favor of LG. And, well, Upper Echelon, at least they got a third kill so far within these 2 rounds, you know?
There you go. And everybody across the board for LG has 2. Everything is all balanced in the world. Well, it's not quite balanced. Blur trying to peek the angle. Scott pulling out the SKS. He says it's time. It's done. We stop playing. We start putting on our game face. Envy holding the bomb heady. He's got an SKS of his own, and his is better this time around. 1-for-1 trades. Things starting to look a little brighter here for UE as they're not dying instantly off spawn, right? That's what you need to do. Slow it down so that way you can calculate where your movements are going to go, where your shots are going to hit at. Justabot in a compromised position here as Blue has been scoured with players. Look at Solo. Just waiting for someone to make one wrong move, and the fan of players across the spawn site as Washi's going to be able to just have his way with whoever he wants. He says he didn't warm up. Homie, I don't think you need warm-ups. I think you need to cool down.
Absolutely. And in a sense, the thing is, what I feel makes Luminosity just so strong in this map. But we just saw a double kill by Sunny, but Washi finished it off. And it's the fact that they just they truly know how to always, or the majority of the time, get to the middle ground first. And even if they don't, they take kills to make sure they are there on the middle first. That the teams just have not figured out a way to fight back against that sort of aggression in the middle of the map. Now, Marshy's gonna take kill 1, Amy's gonna take kill 2. A couple of enemies are gonna be causing a little bit of issues. Marshy was even shooting onto a double kill, but I'm not too sure if there was a little bit of lag, but no bullets were landing onto Pepe. Doesn't matter too much. Marshy survives, Pepe does too. It's gonna be a 1 versus 2. That was a really valiant effort on the side of Upper E, let me tell you, as Pepe picks up that kill onto Washi. That's the perfect opportunity for him to take the first round to the name of Upper E. But as I was mentioning, that was a valiant effort as they tried to go as aggressive into the middle of the ground and then immediately try to fight their opponents. It was not necessarily the best outcome as they ended in a 1v2, but Pepe making it his own takes that kill and leads to that 1v1 against Marshy. But also gotta be careful. Marshy is holding a Fennec. And Marshy, what kind of parkour stuff have you been watching, bro? Like, I had no clue this was a thing.
Yeah, Marshy doing Marshy things right now. We'll see if he can get the god timing. Bomb's looking like it's going down. Certainly it does. Pepe might have spotted him. Does actually do it right there. The nade shot. Oh, was that a trophy right there on the B site? He almost loses his life to a nade, or maybe he just held onto the nade itself. I couldn't tell. Huge raid coming through from Lunar. Absolutely appreciate it. Pog raids in chat. Huge special thank you to right now, but it's the focus here in this 1v1. Marshy, how the hell did you get all the way around this map? Body shots, not deserved.
Body shots.
Go back to your top side of mechanic and camp and crawl out of it again, Marshy. What a creep, bro. Love it.
Oh man. What are you doing, Marshy? Chill, cool down. Birdie
clutching 1v1s is dumb. In my Marshy voice. I guess. Well, he did it.
Oh, man. Well, still gonna be Dove in the books for Luminosity. A 4-0 lead. And I'm intrigued to see if Upper Echelon are gonna try the exact same thing of just going to the middle. Not gonna work out initially as Washi just finishes up that kill. Solo with a second. Solo looking to find some more. No, retreats back. Pushing forward. There's Washi with a shotty. Washi taking kill. Blur as well. Ladies and gentlemen, 1v5 and Blur with the double. I'm telling you, man, it is so difficult to play against them. They just so clearly know where to go, when to do it, how to do it. If you die, doesn't matter, your ally is gonna be there to have your back and immediately make the enemies pay the price. Man, Luminosity are on a spree that they usually tend to be out here on slums, and as fight continues to move forward, the 2-for-2 trade is gonna move on, but the player lead now immediately bounces into the hands of Luminosity.
It does. There it goes. Finally, it's back that. Envy now in a 1v1 situation. He'll be able to reel it back. Envy says he can do it with the SMG too. The Finnick through the door frame. Pinpoint accuracy at its finest. And a round slips out of the hands of UE. Would have made it a difference in this game in particular. It doesn't matter. It's all about that one they got away. That one is a round that's going to come back and haunt Scott, who just put a beast of a two-piece just to get denied. Right now, he wants redemption. He ain't finding it here. We'll see you next round if there is one. Marshy swarming the point. He's going to be able to find the first of their... They've cleared out the sites. ARF and Pepe, they know the calls. They know the intel. It's just, hey, we're going to have to push this. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just be brutal and push through and fall right into my shots. Well, right now the bomb's being planted. 40 seconds on the clock. Envy looking for the heads that's coming through. He's going to collect the bodies. The bounties are done. 7-0, crispy 2-0 sweep in the series. In the series that could have been, isn't. It's the 7-0. Well, this was that series. Never mind. Who was I kidding, chat? We knew Luminosity had the advantage rolling into this one, but we would like to see it a little bit more of a fight back in that search and destroy. That one round could have made a difference. We'll never know, though. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Fortunate enough for Luminosity as they have gone undefeated here in regular season play so far. No, Siri, I'm not trying to talk to you. Shut your pie hole.
I just heard someone talking. I was like, maybe your wife is over there? Like, what is going on?
No, that was Siri. Siri's a bot.
It was a bot. It was a bot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 7-0 verdict. We called that. It could have been a 2-0. It definitely was a 2-0. But in a sense, I want to say that it's not expected a 7-0 because it usually isn't. It doesn't matter the context. But, oh man, I'm truly questioning the decision making for Upper Echelon to allow Search and Destroy Slums combo against Luminosity, you know?
Yeah, I know. I know one thing. That series is done, and that means Mobile Mayhem is done for the night, ladies and gentlemen. It was a hell of a show so far. Standings looking pretty solid as we take a little peek at that before we close out. 40 points on top, Luminosity coming through. No upsets on this alert. They're going to be up top, Fierce right below them with 20, who are unable to put up a single map against arguably one of the underrated teams in Mobile Mayhem and Centurion, who are all tied. Look at this. Fierce and Infinite Simplicity, who didn't play today. Seminole, who didn't play today. Leventy did, swept Cygnus, picked up 20 points, as well as Centurion coming through with a sweep onto Fierce. And a 4-5-way tie. It's a lot of teams. Mobility with 15, as we saw the Control devastation, the comeback to shut it down, and then Galaxia Gaming with 5 points, Upper E and Cygnus yet to get on board with a point of their own. But Guild, there's still plenty of season left to be played. As a matter of fact, I was taking a look at the schedule for Thursday. A lie, I just took a look at it. I'm horrible. Cygnus versus Infinite Simplicity should be a great series. 11 versus Seminole. Fierce versus Galaxia Gaming, and Team Mobility versus Team Echelon. That actually might be all best of threes going to best of 3.
I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I think I gotta agree. They all sound really good. So, I'm sure you have already, but in case you haven't, make sure you drop a follow for this and more action into the future. Remember, we are going back on... It is Thursday, right? Yeah, I just confused Thursday and Tuesday, you know that. So Thursday night and also Thursday evening, we're gonna get some Europe action, then moving forward to North America action here on Mobile Mayhem Winter Season 2023. Hope you all enjoyed. And verdict, we finally got ourselves a Game 3. It was quite surprising, but we are in for a treat on the next one.
Yes, we are indeed.
I can feel it already, you know?
Oh yeah, I can feel it too. Wait, that's just a little bit of insomnia. Maybe I'm just sleepy. Maybe I just need to go take a shower and go to bed, like clean, and just forget about everything that I just saw in that last series. At any rate, we're going to get geared up for a raid. Before we close out, we're going to hear a word from our special sponsor, Grilla. You guys tune in on Thursday. Should be a banger of a day. Until then, we'll catch you next time. Later.